Guys, I don't know if my mom's going to come in here. We got an argument because Brianna didn't do anything wrong and she said she did, and I'm just not going to be nice about it anymore because, well, what the fuck. But anyways, started on the Kiely Rodni case. I don't know if mom's coming in here. She may not. Uh, but anyways, apparently there's a new hoodie that has become involved in this case. We're going to listen to Cinema Shogun. I'll probably pause it a couple times. He has two new videos up. One about that says my thoughts on the Kiely Rodni case, and then one that says Kiely Rodni, the tale of two hoodies, because now there is a second hoodie apparently. Like, I haven't looked into this yet today, but apparently there is a second hoodie now, so we'll see how that goes. And then here in a minute, I'll see if my mom's going to come in here or not, because, yeah, she's pissed off again, but what's new? What's up, Donna and Crystal? So let's go to Cinema Shogun. Let's see what he has to say. Let me go see if she wants to come in here. I don't fucking know, really. I fucking don't know. Put this on the ground right here in front of me, in case I want it. Alright. I guess she is going to come in here, so give us just a minute. And we'll go through the timeline. When she comes in here, we'll listen to the other stuff later on. What's up, Canadian? We're getting ready to talk about the Kiely Rodni case a little bit. My mom's going to come in here and join us, I believe, here in a minute. And we're going to go through the timeline. Her opinion versus my opinion. Which she definitely has a little bit different opinions on things about it than I do, and that makes it more interesting. So, waiting for her to get in here, and then we will get started. I think she is letting her go, and I believe so. Bring it up over here so I can read the comments. We're going to talk about the Kiely Rodni case. You should know a little bit. You stayed in and listened to it the other day. So you should know a little bit about it. Let's see if I can find Cinema Shoguns again. We'll listen to that while we're waiting. I don't know what she's doing. Maybe she's not coming in. I don't know. Looks like she's letting the dog in, so let's see if I can find Cinema Shoguns. We'll start it. We'll let you guys listen to that until she gets in here and gets relaxed, and then we'll go through the timeline. Which the timeline has been totally fucking, yeah, it's not good. So.
Was a tad bit late to the Kiely Rodni case, so I still have a lot of catching up to do. However, I have...
Again, me too. I'm kind of got started. Like, I've only been on the case for like 3 days now, maybe 4, but I think it's only been 3. And this case has been crazy from the freaking get-go. It's like totally messed up. So let's hear what he has to say. Like, he just started on this case too about 3 days ago.
I've looked into the situation for a little while now, and I just want to share some of my initial thoughts. Now, if you're unfamiliar with the case, I actually have 2 videos on my channel that you might want to check out. In one of the videos, I will give you a basic idea of what's happening in this case. And in the other video, I will lay out one of my theories as to what I believe may have happened to Kiely Rodni. Also, if you check out Grizzly True Crimes channel, I believe she posted a video earlier today laying out a timeline of events. It's one of my favorite true crime channels. She always does a good job. So if you really want to get up to date with everything that's happened in this case,
The story sounds kind of BLM. It has nothing to do with BLM. It's Kiely Rodni. Has nothing to do with BLM.
you might want to check out those videos. Now, I was originally drawn to this case because I don't know, it just really spoke to me. It really gave me this weird vibe, this weird feeling. I mean, a teenager goes missing from a party in the middle of the woods with her friends and her peers. It's an odd, interesting case. But when I started looking into the case, it just started giving me like CW teen drama TV show vibes. Like I felt like it was an episode of Riverdale or something.
Wow,
and I
that
say
was
that
already
because it
wet.
seemed like
Did you have something
kids
there?
and teenagers were like almost running the investigation. Like they were in charge of the case. And it felt kind of just weird. It was just different for me.
I got a cover
Now,
right there.
I'm not saying that
No.
to look down
I need a
upon,
jacket.
any of the law enforcement or anyone that's been assisting and looking for Kiely. I'm just saying that this case felt like it had 2 different dynamics. Like on one side you have the teens and their search and whatever they got going on, and on the other side you have law.
Yes, Kiely Rodni. KIELYRODIN. It's in the description.
And
That's how I spelled it. It's in the description. We're listening to Cinema Shogun talk about the case, and then me and my mom, after this video plays, are going to talk about the timeline into this case.
Law enforcement. And in my honest opinion, law enforcement...
If you hear something on here you want me to pause, like he says something you want me to pause about so you can talk about it, just like let me know.
Has been doing a better job.
Crystal and Donna said hi.
Hi, ladies. Overlook me. I'm not feeling the best today. I have a headache, a toothache, and a knee ache. So I just took ibuprofen.
And Ashley's here. She's had the C word for like 2 weeks now, so.
C word.
The C word.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had that, so. Is she out there?
She's on.
Ashley?
Yeah, she said
hi. Hi, Ashley. I don't have what you did, but how do I say this and be nice to myself? I feel like a bitch today, and I've been a bitch today, and I don't feel good, and sometimes when you don't feel good, you're just a bitch.
All right, well, here we go. We're going to listen to this. If Mom has a question, if you guys have any questions as it's playing, let me know. We'll pause it. And then after that, we'll talk about the timeline and everything. How's it going, Sarah? And Billy? Or Bill?
It's not Hillbilly?
No, it's Bill.
Bill, okay.
And,
hi, Bill.
And Sarah.
Hi, Sarah.
All right, so if you guys have any questions while it's playing, let me know. Me and Mom will probably pause it a couple times too, and then after that, we'll go through the timeline.
And just so you all know, real fast, my name is Anna.
Most of the cases that I've looked into, the Placer County Sheriff's Office, they are way better than the Northport Police Department that we dealt with in the Gabby Petito case.
Oh yeah, these police officers are
they are on it.
They are digging into it for sure.
These people are updating people every single day. It's like every time I turn around, there's another press conference. They're constantly tweeting out information on Twitter. The search parties have been doing an amazing job. They got an eye in the sky. They got people on the ground.
You're about to lose your life. Why do you say that for, Donna? I'm look it up. I've told you now 5 times what we're talking about. It's in the description. Kiely Rodni.
Who are you talking to?
They won't say anything. I don't care. But the Canadian person like 5 times has asked me who we're talking about. I've said the name 5 times now.
We're talking about the 16-year-old girl missing from California who was supposed to go to a party because she graduated early from high school as a freshman. She's 16 years old, from California area.
Yeah.
And her name is Kiely Rodni. That's who we're speaking of today.
And she's missing from Truckee, California.
Truckee, California is her hometown.
Bringing in submarines, checking the local bodies of water. It's like they're doing an amazing job. And they're being really transparent. They're answering as many questions as they can. They aren't being like super secretive like some law enforcement agencies do in random, missing persons cases and whatnot. They're being as transparent as possible, in my opinion. And you might want to follow them on Twitter because they're constantly releasing information. And they're even answering random people's questions, like this question right here. Now, I am glad they cleared this up because
this question was, are you about to confirm that Kiely Rodni attended the party before she went missing? Are you able to confirm that Kiely Rodni attended the party before she went missing? And the police department said yes, so that means she was at the party. They've confirmed she was at the party. I still think there's maybe a chance she wasn't at the party, but we'll get to that in a minute. But we'll see what they have to say about this.
Originally, I was wondering, well, how do we know Kiely Rodni even made it to this party? Sure, her friends say that she did, but do we really know that she did? We don't have any pictures or videos of her from this party. And while I'm on that topic, let me go on a little side rant right here. Why is there such a lack of photo and video evidence from this party? You don't get 300 teenagers and young adults together for a party and no one takes pictures, no one takes selfies, no one is posting videos. That is really odd. Now I know they were doing, random.
Yeah, there's a Facebook page. I'll have to look it up for you guys and put it in a later video. But there's a Facebook page that shows some of the pictures from this party, and there's not very many pictures for like 300 kids to be at a party. Like even 300 adults, there would be pictures from the party.
Somebody
because all people have cameras now, and they carry them with them at all times because your phone has a camera, and there's stuff everywhere, pictures everywhere. Bye, Bill. All right. And bye, Canadian. Mm-hmm. You know what he said, and you were here yesterday starting shit too. And bye to you. All right, back to the video. These are the people that come in and started saying I was the P word yesterday. The same people.
Oh.
Now they're completely hidden from the channel, so they can't say anything ever again. All right, back to this.
Okay.
Some stuff that they weren't supposed to be doing. Maybe putting stuff up their nose, popping stuff, smoking stuff, sipping stuff. I get it. But teenagers are going to take pictures and they're going to take videos. They don't necessarily have to take a video of them actually in the process of consuming legal substances. But that doesn't mean they wouldn't take videos and photos while on those substances or before taking them. So the fact that there just seems to be this total lack.
Go ahead.
My honest opinion is kids don't care if you're doing something you're not supposed to be doing. They take pictures no matter what. Oh, let's take a picture of this kid in case something happens at school or something happens, and then we can show this picture. I don't agree with what he's saying there, because kids take pictures of people doing stuff wrong so they can use it later. That's my opinion.
Yeah, probably, for sure. Box, but what's happened? We're just listening to Cinema Shogun. We're going to listen to this video, and then me and Mom are going to talk about the timeline. And if Mom decides to stay in here longer, we might go through the mother's post that you sent me. And it just depends, because it's cold in my room. My mom, she can't take cold very long.
And so, I don't feel good today.
Yeah, so we'll, even if she doesn't stay in here, we'll still go through your link that you sent me yesterday. Me and you and the people that are here, we'll go through that afterwards. How's it going, Jeep? That's Jeep and Box that are in here.
Box?
Yeah, we call him Box, but his name used to be Dagburn. But
Dagburn?
Yeah, but he changed
Dagburn it? What was that on Wile E. Coyote or something like that?
He did it to make fun of Johnny Gobble.
Oh. Oh, okay. But it used to be on a cartoon. I think Elmer Fred always said it all the time, Dad burn it.
Yeah, Ryan Upchurch did a second video on this girl also, and we might listen to that too, but we'll see. Let's finish this one, and then me and Mom will go through the timeline, and we'll go from there.
Of photos and videos from this party really makes me feel weird. It makes me feel like there's almost a concerted effort kind of by everyone not to release anything. Maybe someone is making these kids feel like they're like, if one person goes down, all of them will go down because they're at this party. I don't know, but it just seems like there's some type of suppression of photo and videos coming out of this party.
Yes.
Now
this
dude is my favorite person to watch, guys. So if you want to watch somebody that he's
interesting on pretty much everything he does.
He's pretty good. His name's Cinema Shogun. Pretty awesome guy. Go ahead, and if you see any more people come in and say that, block them. I don't even want them to be timed out. Just block them. All right.
Sam claims that she has tons of videos and photos. I haven't seen them. Or Sammy, whatever her name is.
Sammy.
So I just know that we didn't have any concrete evidence that Kiely was ever at this party, other than the fact that, I mean, she claimed she was via messages, and her phone was pinged there, but that doesn't mean that that was Kiely sending those messages.
See, I still don't know if the cops really know if she was there. Like, if
if there's no pictures of her car even being there, because kids
pictures of her car. I don't think there's any pictures of her there. So, was she there? Like, even the cops can be wrong sometimes.
And it doesn't mean that just because her phone ended up at the party, that she ended up at the party. But from what the Placer County Sheriff's Office says, Kiely was at the party, and they're confident of that. How? I don't know. I am assuming maybe they have more information than we do.
They got to have
so
a
we're
picture
operating under the belief that she made it to the party.
Well, hold on. Box put, Dan, it's confirmed she was at the party. They have video footage of Kiely at there is video footage. Like, I haven't seen that yet. So, according to Box, guys, there is video footage of her at the party. So, I haven't watched that yet. So, that's good to know. So, she was for sure at the party. But they haven't showed the video footage? Is that what you're saying, Fox? Because if they haven't showed any footage that she's at the party, she still might not have been at the party. Like, I'm not going to believe it until I see something that proves that she was at the party. Yeah, it's definitely, you'd want to see proof before you can actually say that. Like, to me, she wasn't there yet. Or she was. We don't know. Either way. But I'd want to see proof that, at least, you don't have to show me the video, but, like, take a picture out of the video showing me her at the party. I don't need to see the video. I just need to see a picture showing that she's at the party.
But I don't think officers would say that they are confident she was there unless she was.
Yeah, he said it came out today that they said they can confirm she was at the party.
So we have to say she was at the party.
Okay, so we're assuming she was at the party, and there's probably there's proof now, but we just haven't seen the proof yet. Sarah put, I don't think she even made it to the party, to be honest. All these kids were drinking and drugging, so how would they know if she was really there?
That's a good question.
I mean, I still want to see... I'm going to go with the police and say that, yes, she was at the party. But I'm also going to go with, I haven't seen proof myself that she was at the party.
Right. I don't think...
I know there's a lot of
the FBI is going to lie about it.
Well, this is the police department, not the FBI.
I know, but the FBI, there's 20 FBI agents involved in this, and I don't think they let the police put that out there.
Are there any pictures, Box, of her or videos that you've seen? Because all the pictures and videos I've seen, she's not in any of them. Is there any that you've seen where she's in them?
Still, that was the most logical thing that would have happened. But I'm glad that we cleared that up. Now we know, okay, for sure she went. Because all we had was that photo of her from around like 6-something p.m. inside of the store. So she's at the party, and we know that for sure now. Now, for me at least,
I'm going off the cops. I don't believe the cops would lie at information saying she was at the party. No, I've not been able to see the footage.
See, I don't think they'd lie either, because like I said, there's 20 FBI agents that they sent from everywhere out there, and I just don't think between all of them they'd lie about that. So maybe she was only at the party 30 minutes?
Well, depends on how you look at the timeline, because the timeline keeps changing, so... She was either at the party for from 10 o'clock to 12:33, which would be 2 hours and 33 minutes, or she was there from 9 o'clock till a little after 11.
No. She didn't get to the party. Everything that I had watched and seen and looked into said 9:30ish.
Well, there's been a 10 o'clock, there's been a 9 o'clock, there's been a 9:30, there's been a 10:45.
I'm just saying everything that I have dug into said she got to the party around 9:30.
There's too many people that are just taking guesses at when this girl got there. Nobody actually, I guess, really actually knows when she got there. Like, there's no proof when she got there. Cops will lie about small details, but they wouldn't lie about her being at the party. I don't think so
either. I don't think they'd lie about that.
And then Ashley put, Steve put, I don't know why. And then Crystal put, I watched a channel called Adventures with Purpose. They search waters with sonar to find cars. They're about to join the search for her, and they said they were asking by local officers to come. So, yeah, they're a good team. Like, that's who I watch.
They really are. They have some sonar out there from what I have really dug into, they have some, but I heard that it's not a huge lake, but it's not a small one either. So, but, and we'll probably get into it later. My honest opinion is if somebody did something to her, her car's not in that lake. They took it somewhere else and put it in another lake.
Then the watcher put something that I don't know if it makes any. It doesn't really make no sense to me, but maybe it does to you guys. Everybody is Big Brother. That was the original idea. A cop can walk in a store link into a cam and with the fight crime. I don't understand. I'm totally lost on what they're saying. But Ford put, I don't think she was at the party. I really don't think she was at the party either, but the cops are saying for sure she was at the party, so you kind of have to say she was at least there for a little bit. Sarah put, and what about the older dudes trying to make the girls do bong rips? Yes, that definitely happened. I read that yesterday, that there was older people there trying to get the younger girls to do bong rips so that they could get them drunk.
So they could Bodie-O-Do with them.
Yeah.
The older guys.
Box put, what Kiely's friend and mom have in the comments talking in the past tense, laughing and smiling. Yeah, the Samantha girl, or Sam, she definitely doesn't, she comes off to me as somebody that's involved in it, or knows what happened at least. And then he put, my friends are talking and searching versus the mom. She won't talk to the friends or search for her daughter. Like her mom's not even searching for her.
You know, we can't judge the mom because she's not searching for her.
How's it going, Terry?
I would search for my child, and I don't do good at all, but if it was my child, I would search. But I wouldn't put it up. Maybe she can.
Oh,
maybe there's some reason that...
she can. There's nothing that could stop you from going and searching for your kid. Nothing. Even if the police told me I can't go search for my kids, this is what I'd tell the police. I'm going to be out there searching for my kid. Ugh.
Well, the same thing like
Brian?
No.
Gabby?
No. The little girl, Summer Wells. Her parents aren't looking for her.
Because they...
And never have been.
Because they were involved in that.
But that's...
Maybe this mom's involved.
See, I just don't think there's something about the mom my heart breaks for her.
Yeah, well, Chris, we got a lot. Like, people are popping up chat quick. It says, Crystal put, I don't trust the Sammy girl either. I don't trust her at all myself.
You know, usually...
Hi, Billy.
And I will say this, and I'm just putting it out there, this is my own opinion. But if you guys remember Scott Peterson, he went to all the vigilance and everything over his wife, you know, because she was pregnant and everything he did to her. But he went to the candlelight vigilance and everything, you know, and acted like he was so involved and he was helping search for... Sometimes guilty people do that. It helps ease their conscience somehow, I guess. So, if this girl is involved in it somehow, maybe it's her way of dealing with it. So, I don't know. Maybe she don't want people to look at her as if she is involved. I don't know.
The watcher put Jigging with Jordan, which is a pretty cool channel. He finds things in the water, cars, guns, bottle caps. So he should be somebody that's there looking for the phone. Like, the phone's probably in the water. Like, the car might not be in the water, but the phone for sure probably in the water. Carrie put Bumblebee, he said it early. Oh, okay. Box put, the mom talked about her daughter in the past tense. That's what got me.
Yes, I noticed that too. She said, well, we don't want to think anything, but, you know, we're not sure. And I'm like, I'd be hoping all along the whole time that my kid was still living. I wouldn't say, well, I'm really sure that my kid's dead. That thought, it might pop into my head, but I just don't think as a mom I would say that. Because I would want my kid to be safe. I would want my kid to be alive, even though I fight with both of my sons. I don't want any harm to come to them. So.
Carrie put, this is very interesting. I'm going to log back out of my account. I think you guys hid two people who weren't messing with you on purpose. The Kiely and Canadian guy, but I don't know. Yes, they were. They were definitely. The Canadian guy went along with what the person said that was a P word and said, oh, I get it now. And the Kiely guy did the same shit yesterday in my live. So yes, they both are gone. But anyways, Hawk put, hi, Anna.
Hi. How are you? Hopefully everything's going good. I haven't been on in a long time. I was on last night with Danny, but pretty much we haven't went over anything. But when this came up, I told Danny, I said, we need to talk about this. Because there's so many youngsters out there that this is happening to, and it's happening right here where Danny and I are too. They found a young girl probably about a month ago, and they found her in a barn, and her uncle did it. And she was like 16, 17. And
well, that's a different case. We're not talking about that.
It's horrible. I'm just saying it happens everywhere.
Yeah, there's missing people every day.
And we all need to be aware of it, and we all need to put our heads together and try to come up with things, because sometimes people like you and I, everyday people, can figure out something that an officer or an FBI person or an investigator or somebody might miss. There might be something that we see that they don't. So getting involved actually helps, and talking about it and trying to figure things out.
I'm guessing Box is talking about the mother here. She said she was smart and she was funny. And then he also said, he's saying something to Crystal. Crystal, yes, I've been back and forth on the friends, but the Rodney guy is sussed also. That's the boyfriend, I think. The ex-boyfriend. No, his name's Jagger or something. I think his name's Jagger.
I forget what his name is, but
I can't wait till
there's something weird about him.
Ashley, but I can't wait till I get feeling better, because I don't even feel like screwing with the trolls tonight, laughing out loud.
There's trolls everywhere, Ashley.
And then Box put,
they get excited over doing stuff like that, and it makes them feel good and big.
Box put, the mom also said she loved, then said loves music, then said she loves this, loves that, loves, like she was compensating for sleeping up, saying loved.
For messing up, saying love.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, got it.
That's not what it says. It says compensating for sleeping up, saying love, but that's probably what it is supposed to say. Slipping up. He meant to put slipping up. Compensated for slipping up, saying loved. Okay, that makes more sense.
Right.
Now Rodney is a guy that called into a YouTube show talking.
Yes, he did, and I heard it.
Talking about this case. Okay, so that's who Rodney is. Ronnie is.
I know who you're talking about, because I listened to that, and I hope you did too, and we'll probably talk about that a little bit, but he said his cousins told him stuff, and I was like, bullcrap, he was at that party.
Sarah put, Rodney was the dude Upchurch was talking to at the beginning of your live. I haven't played any Upchurch stuff in this live. Are you talking about my live from yesterday? Because I played his first video in my live yesterday. But the one I was playing at the beginning of this live was Cinema Shogun.
Yeah.
Nobody said anything yet, so let's go.
That little detail is huge because now we can erase, any possibility that Kiely went missing before even showing up to this party out of the equation. Now, as I was saying, it feels like this whole story and investigation just has two different sides and dynamics. Over here, we have law enforcement and, everyone that's conducting the search.
No, sir. What I said was I might play his second video, Ryan's second video, towards the end. Because my mom won't stay in here probably the whole time because it's kind of cold in here. So I probably will play his second video somewhere after Mom leaves the room, after she's done talking about it. I might play Ryan's second video.
Searches, and they've done an amazing job. They're calling out all the stops. And I know a lot of people believe that Kiely drove her car into some random body of water. And while if it was day one of the investigation or day one of the search or day two, I would be okay. Maybe I would believe that was a stronger possibility. But it's been a week. And these people have been searching hard.
See, that doesn't mean shit.
And I just feel like they...
So, I'll get in that. Let me read what Box said, and then I'll tell you what I think. This case is all over the place. Very hard to really point at anyone because it's all over the place, and everyone is talking past tense and laughing and smiling. I'm confused. Just throwing out ideals. Yeah, that's pretty much all you can do in this case is throw out things that you might think could have happened, but you're not really sure. I believe her car is fat. I believe her car is fat away from where the party was. Probably many states away by now. Far. Okay.
You know what? I think the same thing, and I've told Danny all along. Who said that?
Box.
Box? I said, I think she was a young girl. She graduated high school at a very young age, 16, very intelligent. I told Danny, I think she saved her own money, and I think she skipped state. Now, that's just what I think.
That doesn't make any sense, though. She has money in the bank. She would be using that money, too. I don't think she disappeared herself. I just don't think that happened. But where it goes back to where he was talking about, they're surely searching the water for her vehicle, and that they're really good at it. And if they would have found her by now, because it's been like 7 days, that's bullshit. And
See,
the reason
if that did happen in that scenario,
let me finish what I'm saying before you say what you're going to say. I'm telling what I think. There's been multiple cases where people have searched the water, like the place that Crystal was talking, or somebody said the dive team that's possibly coming in. Those people have found missing people in the water 10 years after the case, and that the time when it happened, they surely searched the water then too, and 10 years later, another dive team finds a missing person. So just because they haven't found her yet doesn't necessarily mean that car's not in that water. I'm not saying it is, and I don't think it is, but it could be.
And if that's what I was going to say, if that's the scenario that does play out, I think they wouldn't have put her right there by the party. I don't think they would have put her car there or anything like. I think they would have drove it off somewhere else and put it in another lake. I don't think that they'd be stupid enough to put it right there.
I don't think she's in the water. The phone's in the water, though, but I don't think she is.
So...
Sarah put, I think the older people took advantage of her. And then Box put, I don't believe her car...
Which older people?
The older people that were there.
Oh, I gotcha. The older gentleman.
There was
Okay.
lots of older people.
Yes, there was.
Yeah.
And they're even saying now, from what I listened to yesterday, that there was over 300
I haven't heard
people.
But
over that.
Nobody knows the number. There was between 1 and 500 people. There we go. Nobody knows. Her car could have already made it to a chop shop. I mean, it's California.
Absolutely.
Yeah, 100% it could have.
But it could also be in somebody's garage. It could be in a warehouse. It could be out on a farm, in a barn. It could be anywhere.
And then Crystal basically said the same thing. I think the car is hidden or in someone's garage somewhere or a chop shop. And then Joe said hi to everybody.
Hi, Joe. I hope you're having a good day. Speak up if you have something to say or your own opinions. We welcome everybody's opinions. It gives us something to think about, and when we get different opinions, we think, that might just be something I need to look into. So always give opinions.
There is a report box that, I'll read what he said first. I've seen reports that people have claimed to see her car in other states. There is a report that came out the day she went missing that a girl in the same type of vehicle jumped out of the car and they pulled her back in the car. And this happened on the same day, but before the party.
Yes.
So, did these people bring her to the party to make it look like she was at the party?
That's really hard to say. And I absolutely agree with whoever said that the car could be 5 states away now, and it could be in a warehouse, it could be in a barn, it could be in a garage.
I agree what Box just said. He said, but if she was kidnapped, I don't understand why her mom and friends are talking about her in the past tense.
See, that's a good question.
That's a great question.
But how would you react if it was your child? Would you be thinking, because your child's been missing for, 9 or 10 days now?
Yeah, something like that.
You would probably think the word.
You still shouldn't say it.
You probably shouldn't say it.
If I'm looking for my kid, I'm going to say I'm still looking for my kid.
Right.
I'm not going to say, oh, my kid, yeah, he's probably not here anymore. No, fuck that.
But
she ain't even searching for her kid.
I understand.
I'm sorry, she's a piece of shit. If my kids are missing, I'm out searching for them every day, all day long. Every day. She's not even trying. I just don't get it.
Maybe somebody at the lodge got her.
Which is a big possibility.
The lodge that her parents ran, and their parents know it. At the lodge, man, they abducted her or whatever.
Well, you came in a little late, Joe, but we were listening to a report just a minute ago, and the police department has 100% said she did make it to the party. So she was at the party. We don't know how long.
Say how long.
We don't know how long she was at the party, but she was for sure at the party. She made
an appearance at the party. That's about the way to put it.
There's no proof if she was there for 1 minute or
2 hours.
3 hours. Let's say 3 hours. 1 minute to 3 hours, because that's about as long as the time can go. Because she either got there at 9 o'clock or she got there at 10 o'clock, and she left by 12:33. That's when her phone went off. So you're looking at 1 minute to 3 hours. But the police department said she was at the party. She at least made an appearance at the party. But I agree. That's what I thought too, Joe, that she never made it to the party.
I kind of thought that too. I was thinking that she took off on her own and went elsewhere because she got tired of something. I mean, we don't know. So you absolutely...
I agree, Sarah.
you have to wonder, did something happen to her? Was she abducted? Did she take off by herself? We don't know.
Sarah put, if it was my child, I would be speaking of as present until I know otherwise. Me too.
I would too, because I would want my child to be alive, so I would speak of my child as being alive.
So why are you making excuses for the mother then?
Because we don't know how she deals with grief and stuff herself. I mean, we're not in her shoes. Maybe it's her way of dealing with it. Maybe she's a crybaby like me.
She's not like you, though, because you just said you would speak to your kids like they're in the present, not in the past.
Absolutely, I would want.
So she's nothing like you. So you're just making excuses for her saying that.
But I said maybe it's her way of dealing with it. We don't know. We're not in her shoes.
Yeah, I agree with Box a little bit. I haven't had a chance to listen to the interview because I've been doing stuff. We're going to probably listen to that towards the end here once my mom's done speaking about whatever she wants to speak about on it. But, yeah, the mother speaking the past tense just, yeah, it
But if you
me.
think about it, a lot of parents after, and this is true, on a lot of these missing cases and missing people, they speak in the past tense after so long. We can't say that she's wrong speaking in the past tense because we don't know, because we're not in her shoes, but other parents have done it too.
Yeah, Joe put, they showed her phone was there. I want to see proof.
Well, see, I think the phone was left in the car.
The phone got thrown in the water. That's almost a given, because the phone went off at 12:33, according to the police department, which means the Samantha girl's full of shit, because she said that Kiely called her at 12:36, which is 3 minutes after the phone went off. So the Samantha girl, I'm not saying she's involved in it or she has anything to do with it. I think she's just loving the publicity that she's getting from it. Okay, anyways, let's read this. Fox put, I was on the fence about the party thing because it just got confirmed, but before that, we didn't see pictures or videos. But I'm not saying the mom did anything, but it just strikes me as odd by her actions. And he also put, people think Sammy had something to do with it, but I believe she loves the attention and spotlight. Yeah, exactly. That's what I think it is too. Sammy.
See, I don't know. I think she knows something because she's made up too many stories. There's too many different stories.
She has to remember her lies in order for her spotlight to keep on.
And she does have to remember her lies, but sooner or later they're going to catch up with you. Quit telling a different story. That's why I always tell people, be truthful. Remember what you say, and then there is no reason for you to have to remember anything, because if you're truthful, it's always going to be the same. Hers isn't.
But that doesn't necessarily mean she has anything to do with it. If she's doing it for the spotlight, which is what me and Box are saying, for the attention, she'd still make up stories because you forget your lie.
Maybe she is being truthful, you guys. Maybe
how can you be truthful if you're lying all the time? She's already lied like 3 or 4 times.
I don't think she's intentionally lying. I think she's confusing herself.
No, she's lying. Like she's totally changing her story every time. That's a lie. If your story's this and then the next day it's totally something different, you're lying.
Always be truthful, you guys. Then you don't have to remember the bull crap.
Sarah put, someone knows something somewhere, though. Yes.
Absolutely.
There's at least between 100 and 300 people that was at this party. Somebody knows something that is not saying anything.
But you know what's really weird? And I heard this on a video yesterday. I don't remember whose it was, but I did hear this. somebody has put the word out somehow to these young teenagers not to say anything because they're going to be in trouble. Now, that would have to be the older generation that was there.
But
and these kids aren't talking.
But somebody would have showed proof that was said to somebody by now. So I don't believe that's.
I don't know. When it comes to drugs and alcohol and possibly being on probation or possibly going to a child center
but the police department,
like that?
No, the police department has already confirmed and 100% said they're not going to arrest anybody for drug use or alcohol use at this party. They don't give a shit what you did. They just want you to show your information. So what you're just saying, they wouldn't get in trouble for.
No, you're taking it the wrong way. What the cop said is exactly what you said. What if these adults threaten these kids?
How do a bunch of adults threaten a bunch of kids that they don't know who they are?
Well, I don't know, but...
That doesn't make any sense what you're saying.
I mean, I'm trying to look at every scenario.
I get where you're going, but it doesn't make any sense.
But...
If the older people are there, they probably don't know every single kid that was at that party.
And I agree with that, but how do we know that... And
these kids were coming from 4 different schools, and some of the people were coming from different states.
Right, but how do we know that word did not get out?
There might be somebody,
Keep your mouth shut.
How do you warn 300 people?
Well, I don't know. Can't. But it's just
somebody's hiding something.
It's just, a scenario that they have to look at. Even the officers have to look at that. Because the officers even come out and talk, and they say that the kids aren't coming forward. Well... If they're scared, they're not going to.
Okay, so Box put, and there's a lot, so let me read it all before you jump in again. She's making up stories. This is Samantha.
About Sammy.
Okay, she's making up stories so she can stay in the spotlight and get attention. I agree. Crystal put, but they say that sometimes the killer puts herself in the middle of the investigation. We'll stop here for a second.
Absolutely. I told Danny the same thing.
And... the 2 people that have put themselves in the story the most is Sam and the ex-boyfriend. Mm-hmm. Because the Mags girl, which is supposedly Kiely's best friend, supposedly left 10 minutes after getting to the party with her boyfriend. So she wouldn't have had anything to do with it because she would have already been gone.
Right.
Okay, so let's go on. Fox put, she's trying to help, but she isn't helping anything. She's young and confused and loves the attention. That's what I agree. The mom isn't talking also.
Do you think she's involved? Or do you think she knows something and she don't want to say anything because isn't she 18?
Yes.
Yeah. So do you guys think that Sammy knows something?
I don't know. He put the mom isn't talking also, and then he put the mom isn't talking to her daughter's friends, maybe because she knows what happened and she's scared she will slip up while talking to her daughter's friends. And then he put, I get what your mom is saying. She has a point. And then Crystal put, it's suspicious that Sammy wants the kids to only come to her without the parents. Yeah, that's
no. The boyfriend.
No, Sammy does too.
But the boyfriend.
The boyfriend ain't
posted that.
I got that, but Sammy's the one that's making the meetings and telling the kids to come talk to her without the police.
And the boyfriend is saying the police told him to ask all the teenagers for information and for it to filter through him before it goes to the police station. Now, you guys know as well as I do, no cop, no investigator, no PI, no anybody is going to tell a young kid, filter the information before we get it. Come on now.
And then I guess this Rodni guy, which I don't know who that is, so I'm going to have to look into him, put himself into the story also. So
Yes, he did. Yes, he did. And I don't know who said that.
Box did.
Box, don't you think that he was at the party, Rodney? Don't you think he was there? Because he said...
Is he the one that said he had two cousins there?
Yes.
Okay, so I know who he is then. Okay.
Yes.
I think he was there too.
He said his two cousins told him all this information and that Kiely was drunk by 9 o'clock, but she wasn't supposed to have gotten there until 9:30, so I don't know how that was possible.
9:30 or 10.
And he said she was drunk by 9 o'clock, and I'm like, listening to this Rodney guy talk, and I'm like, dude, you were there. Wasn't no cousins of yours.
Okay.
And I said, you were there.
Like, I've been trying to keep up with it, and I have heard about Rodney now that you guys have clued me in a little bit here. Yeah, he's the one that said he had some cousins or something that was there.
Mm-hmm. And they gave him all this information, and his cousins left by 10:30, and they don't know if Kiely had left by then or not, and I mean, just all kinds of crap.
Okay, so he put, I don't believe Sammy did anything. I don't either. I think she's just an attention hog.
Do you think she knows something?
She could know something because her friends could have told her something, but she's still an attention hog. I think her friends know something. I absolutely do. And then that was Sarah that said that. Box put the BF was with his dad for 4 hours away. The boyfriend was with his dad 4 hours away. So the boyfriend couldn't have been at the party. Okay.
The boyfriend was the ex-boyfriend.
Yeah, the ex-boyfriend.
Was not at the party, and he straight up said he didn't go to the party, but he did say that she had texted him around 10:30 and told him, he told her, I know you can take care of yourself because you've had all this training and blah, 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 blah. Just be careful and don't do anything wrong. And I'm like, now why would she even text her ex and tell him anything? And
okay.
Why would he say that to her?
Sarah put, and Rodney changed his story when talking to Upchurch. So we're probably gonna have to listen. We're gonna probably have to listen to Upchurch's video. Box put, it seems like he was at the party. I'm not sure if he was, if he did anything. But
Rodney?
I
believe he was at the party himself.
Yeah,
I don't think it was his cousin.
From what I heard, from the little bit I heard about it yesterday, he seemed like he knew way too much.
Yeah, he did. He knew exactly that Kiely was supposedly walking around to all these small groups and talking to them all and blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, and you're going to sit here and tell me nobody had any pictures? But you're going to tell me she was drunk by 9 o'clock, but she didn't get to the party till 9:30. Come on now. Dude, you were there. And that's just all I can say. You were there. Quit blaming it on some fantasy cousins you say that were at the party when you were there yourself. He was trying to get them young girls just like all the older people.
Let me find Ryan's video. We'll listen to it. But because Crystal put Ryan's last video he did today, he got on a call and on his channel with the Rodney guy. Ryan was drilling in on him. Box put, good conversation going on with you and your mom. Yeah, me and my mom, we disagree on things, but that makes you think more things. Like, just because I'm going this way with it and she's going this way with it, usually by the time it's all said and done, our stories come back together.
But you know what, you guys? That's where everyday people like me and you, we may see something or notice something or even feel something that could help with the case. therefore you talk about these things. You talk about situations.
Is it
you talk about what happened.
Are we the video that I'm looking for Ryan? Is it his Kiely Rodni disappeared #2, or is it the one that says, "How is this not a red flag"? Which one do I need to click on? It'll take them a second because they're behind us by like a couple seconds.
I love talking to you guys, and I love.
Okay, red flag.
I really don't like talking about stuff like this because I don't like any child, teenager, middle-aged person, elderly people, and I don't like anybody getting hurt, anybody getting murdered, anybody getting abducted.
We're gonna listen to the red flag one first because it's only 2 minutes and 22 seconds. So let's listen to it first.
Y'all can believe this Ronnie dude who's talking about the Kiely Rodni case? I fucking don't. Here's why. Because he says two separate things when I'm talking to him versus talking to this other YouTuber.
So if your cousin's like seen her doing drugs and like, you know, drinking or whatever, and everybody's drinking and shit.
No, they didn't see her doing drugs. They didn't see her drinking. They saw her and she looked like she was drunk.
We saw
her. You gotta be quiet.
Yes, I just said that they seen her drunk. That doesn't mean they seen her drinking.
You have to drink to get drunk.
Don't know what she did before she got there either.
Yeah, she was drinking pretty much the whole time.
So your cousins, when they were leaving, they seen her sit there just like the Sammy girl, right?
No, like.
So your cousins, they left around 10:30 or something like that.
Yeah, they left. She was still there, but they saw her before they left. And they left. They didn't pay attention to her leave. They left, and so obviously I don't know. Like they just left. They left at 10:30. That doesn't mean.
That's not what you said.
Are you trying to tell me that my cousin saw her there when they were leaving?
You said he did.
Yeah, they left. She was still there, but they saw her before they left. And they
said your cousins left and still seen her there, right?
No, they did not see her when they left. She was still there, but they saw her before they left. And they
That's what the fuck you said,
Oh,
bro.
hold on. All right, let's chill, man. Let's chill. You said they saw her earlier in the day?
Yeah, and she was drunk.
What do you mean earlier in the day?
Like before they left, because they left around like 10:30 or 11. So
Okay.
before that, like I'll guess like around 8 or 9.
That's weird. Your cousins are leaving as she's getting there. Not only that, how'd your cousin see her drinking the whole time? If there's like a 20-minute window of him being there. You're saying your cousin seen her at 8 and she was already drunk. Your cousins don't know her. She wasn't at the party then, fam. So how'd they see her drunk before she got to the party?
She was already drunk.
Well, there you go. That's what Ryan talking to her and another guy talking to her, and both stories were different stories. Which is pretty messed up.
And she wasn't at that party at 8 o'clock.
That said 9:45 on his timeline that he had up there. So she got there between 9:45 and 10 o'clock.
Yeah. So how can this guy, Rodney, be saying
That she
my cousin said...
saw her drunk at 8 o'clock? Saw her drunk at 8 o'clock.
Yeah.
When she wasn't even there.
Everything that I have listened to and dug into and everything has told me she didn't get to the party till around 9:30.
Well, that timeline
So
just said
anything-
9:45.
Okay, I'm saying most of them say about 9:30. Where is he getting
Even 9:30.
8 or 9 o'clock?
Even 9:30, there's no way that they seen her drunk at 8 o'clock.
No. So, do I think this guy, Rodney, was at the party trying to get these young girls? Absolutely. I think it was him himself.
Or he's doing what
Or he wants
Sam's
attention.
doing, and he's doing it for attention.
And he can't remember his lies because yesterday when I listened to him talking on another one, he said that his cousins told him that Kiely was drunk at 9 o'clock stumbling all over and just going up to people in groups and just talking to them. And oh, my cousins just thought she had a lot of friends.
But if you go by what Sam says...
But she wasn't even at the party at 9 o'clock.
If you go by what Sam says, or Sammy or whatever you want to call her, she wasn't even drunk until after 11:40. Because she said she asked her for a ride, so she wasn't drunk then. When they were back at the car charging their phones.
Right.
Then when she seen her a little bit later after that, she realized that she was wasted is why she got another ride.
Right.
So would mean that Kiely wasn't drunk until like
10:30?
11 o'clock or so. Because she'd have had to go back to the party and get drunk.
Right.
So 11:15 before she even got drunk.
And was she even drunk? Or was she ripped?
There's another thing that went around, and
maybe she did drugs or something.
Okay, that's what I'm getting ready to get at. There's another thing that's going around that there could have been shrooms at this party. So the way shrooms work is a little different depending on if you ate or what kind they are, or because sometimes a shroom can take you right away and you're high because you didn't eat. But if you ate, sometimes it can take 30 minutes, an hour, 2 hours before they literally kick in.
I wouldn't know because I've never done it.
Freaking, did she take a drug that took a little longer to kick in? And then all of a sudden it kicked in.
Yeah, I'm thinking in my own thoughts and opinions, I don't think she was drunk. I think she was inebriated by drugs. That's just what I think.
Sarah put smoked some weed, ate shrooms, cocaine. These were all said to be at the party.
Yes.
So weed's not a drug that's going to take you forever to get high. Like weed's like pretty much an instant thing. But shrooms can vary depending on how you ate. They can take between right then, because you didn't eat, or 30, 40 to 2 hours sometimes before they kick in.
And from what I've seen, people that have done shrooms, they act like they're drunk.
When I done shrooms, I laughed my ass off. Like I wasn't drunk, I was just laughing. Everything was funny.
So, was she drunk or was she high?
Well, there was a chance that she was drinking because it was a party, so she probably did drink something. And mixing alcohol with some kind of drug is not good either.
Or did somebody slip her a Mickey?
Which that's a possibility too. But then somebody would have seen her getting drug away from the party.
Well, not if she wasn't out of it.
You would, if you'd be out enough that you'd have to be dragged. If you slipped them a Mickey, you're gonna get dragged, or they're gonna put you over your shoulder. Somebody would have seen something. If that was the case.
I think they did. I think it was seen, and they're just afraid to speak up. I think a lot of these kids were threatened.
Yeah, but you can't threaten 300 people. Like, I just don't believe that for a minute. But, Sarah put, right, but if you mix them, you're in for a hell of a ride. Yeah. All them things mixed is not good. Like, I've never had cocaine, so I don't know what cocaine does. But I've seen videos and stuff to see what it does do to people. So, yeah, mixing those drugs would not be good. Like, I've tried shrooms, I've done pot and meth and all that other shit, but freaking I've never tried cocaine. I don't think I've ever even seen cocaine.
I have.
I don't think I've ever even seen it.
I have.
Except in videos.
When I was young, I smoked pot, but they didn't have all the stuff that they have now. You got pot. It wasn't laced with everything like it is now. You got pot. And I was a pothead. Yeah, I have to tell you. Now, not alive, but I was a pothead. And I tried to hit an acid one time, and it was called the pores. The little paper that you put on your tongue and everything. You guys,
That's acid.
I was sitting in the girls' bathroom.
That's acid. That's not.
Acid.
Yeah, but you said something else.
Oh, it was called the Force. It was acid.
But it was acid.
But it, on the little cardboard I got, it said the Force. So I guess that means it was some strong crap. I don't know. You know, I wish I would have never have took it, because I was sitting in the bathroom down with everybody else smoking a cigarette, not pot, but a cigarette, and I thought, oh, what the heck, I'll try this. I seen my ears come around, they grew, and they were listening to my voice. And I promise you, I don't even remember getting through the rest of the school day or anything. And I promise you, I never did another drug. Never. Now, I did smoke pot, but I never took another drug.
Caffeine.
Yeah, absolutely.
Caffeine's a drug.
Okay, well, okay, I take that back. I do caffeine. I drink my coffee. But I'm talking drugs.
I got you. I was just aggravating you because it's fun.
You know, I watched what my youngest son went through. I wouldn't wish that on no one. And thank goodness he's clean now, but, you know, back then it was horrible to watch what my son went through. And if she went through anything like that, oh my gosh, what happened to this girl? Please, somebody tell me that she went off by herself and decided to start a new life.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to end that way. But we'll go listen to Ryan because nobody's saying anything. If you got something to say about it, let me know.
A 16-year-old girl went to a party. She's gone. Not only is she gone, the car that she drove to the party in is also gone. The only people who knew...
Hold on. Nobody was saying anything. Now somebody's saying something. I was a garden variety addicted. If it got me high, I did it. I should have died so many times, so that scares me for a teen.
I feel you, because like I said, I tried acid one time, and what it did to me, I don't even remember leaving school, going to my classes the rest of the day. I don't remember going home. I don't remember anything like that. And it was a surefire thing to tell me, hey, stay away from this crap, and I did. So it was, some of us learn a lesson with just...
No, I don't mind stopping, Sarah. So, like, do you want to talk? If you comment, we'll stop, and we're not in like a big hurry. Like, it's not a... We don't have to jump to anything. We're just talking. So, anything you want to talk about, and we don't even have to talk about this case. If you want to talk about something else, pop in there and say something else.
Everybody,
about her.
I do have to say this. Let me say this. Everybody is addicted to something in their life, whether it's drugs, whether it's candy, whether it's chips, whether it's a food or a soda, or we all have an addiction to something. But what if somebody gave this girl something that just blew her mind, and then they took her somewhere else?
See, here's the thing, though. Whoever did it, would have to know who she is, and here's why they'd have to know who she is. Because there's a bunch of cars in a parking lot, okay? You got a bunch of cars in the parking lot, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, the person that took her, if that's what happened, has to know her. And here's why I say that for. Her car disappeared from there, too. So this person had to take her to her own car and leave in her car.
And that's why I don't understand. Why didn't somebody see the headlights, the backup lights, the brake lights? Why didn't somebody see that? You're going to tell me out of all of them people, nobody's seen that?
Yeah, but it has to be somebody that knows her. And that's where the Sammy thing, like, I don't think Sammy did it. But I have a feeling she knows more than what she's saying.
She knows something. She may not be involved in anything, but she knows something.
Yeah.
And
Sarah
was told to keep her mouth shut.
Sarah put, sorry, carry on, sir, which is fine. We could stop it a million times. It doesn't bother me. And then she put, it's interesting, the case. I'm so entertained. I don't know. I just got carried away sometimes. That's fine. You can stop us at any time. We love talking.
It's okay to get carried away. We all
Then she
do.
put, yes, it's someone in her circle or someone at the party that has watched her for a while. I agree, Danny.
Yeah.
I feel like someone snatched her. And yes, someone knows something that could help. Yes, 100%. The person that took her knows what car was hers in that parking lot. Like a random stranger,
wouldn't know
a
that.
random stranger would put her in their car.
Even somebody that was like 20 miles away, and there was a lot of them that came from a state over, and 20 miles away, and 40 miles away, and 80 miles away. They wouldn't know her car.
Yeah, they would grab her and put her in their car.
Yeah.
This person, if that's what happened, she got kidnapped. This person took her to her own car and took her and her car off the property.
Yes.
We talked to her and seen her during this time. Is Jagger, the ex-boyfriend.
At 10:30, she responded to what I was saying and just said, "Oh, I'm sorry that you're going through that," and that was the last time I heard from her.
Kate, the girl who made creme brulee with her.
The day of the party, I hung out with her. We made creme brulee. Everything was normal.
Sammy, the girl who seen her when she got to the party and was the last person to see her.
Yes, I was the last person to contact her after the party, and I was with her basically throughout the entire party.
Then you got Megs, the chick who rode there with her, and then left 10 minutes later.
Within the only 10 minutes that I was there, I literally had a group of 5 guys try to come get me to take as many bong rips as I could.
All right, let's start with Jagger. I don't think Jagger did shit. I think Jagger's innocent. I think Kate Kuno is innocent as well. Some people think it's weird that he was like, hey, if you find out anything, call my number. I can filter through stuff. Personally, I don't think that's weird. He's a 16-year-old kid. He listens to stuff like Suicide Boys. He probably thinks the cops don't give a fuck and they gonna do shit. So that's probably his way of being like, let me know and I'll go look. Plus the Jagger dude.
I thought he was 18. He's 16, so he's just a kid. He doesn't.
Yeah.
So I agree with that. What he just said.
He was 4 hours away with his dad during this time. He was nowhere near the party. And if what I seen was correct, Jagger drove all the way down to meet up with her parents the next day. You know who he didn't meet up with? All these other fucking people who were staying there with her. Why do you think that is? Who's the one person from around the area she went missing that Jagger is standing beside? Kate Kuno.
Kiely's close friend Kate Kuno says they spent the afternoon together on Friday, just hours before she disappeared.
Kate was with Kiely before the party. She knows more than anyone, probably. She probably knows the most. If she knows the most, she's going to hit up Kiely's ex-boyfriend, especially if she knows he's a good guy and could help, which is why they're standing beside each other. And another thing, these other girls that are claiming to be Kiely's friend, why isn't Kate standing with them? Exactly. I don't think they done anything. I think they're innocent. I think they're actually worried about her. Plus, if he done something, do you think he's going to drive straight to Mama Bear, somebody who has the best intuition about her daughter? No. All right, now let's talk about Megs. She said before the party she was hanging out with Kiely. Okay, well, Kate said she was hanging out with Kiely. Why did Megs ride to the party with Kiely, stay 10 minutes, and leave?
Within the only 10 minutes that I was there, I literally had a group of 5 guys try to come get me to take as many bong rips as I could, forcefully without my boyfriend present.
So as soon as Megs gets there, within 10 minutes, she steps out of the car and everybody's forcing her to take bong rips. No. Your boyfriend got there in 10 minutes?
That doesn't make any sense. Like that kind of doesn't make any sense. Like, as soon as she gets out of the car, they're, hey, do this, do this, do this, do this, do this. 5 different people, she says, in 10 minutes time before her boyfriend gets there to pick her up. 5 different people, not one person. I can understand maybe one, but 5 different people trying to get her to drink alcohol before her.
Bong. A bong is
It
smoking.
hits whatever the hell.
Hits whatever they were doing.
5 different people tried to get her to do that in 10 minutes. That doesn't make any sense.
Did you just drive really fast, or did you call them ahead of time and be like, hey, pick me up at this party that I'm not going to stay at. Meet you there.
Yeah, that don't make sense.
I never thought about it that way.
Yeah. That's something to really think about.
Okay, I never thought about that. That
pick me up at this party I'm not going to stay at. Why did she go?
Here's what I could. Here's like a theory, just a theory that just now popped in my head. Why that would happen. So maybe her mother, Meg's mother, doesn't like the boyfriend, but was okay with her daughter going to this high school party because the boyfriend wasn't going to be there. Maybe the daughter said, the boyfriend ain't going to be there. I'm going to go with Kiely to the party. And the mother thought that Kiely and Megs were going to the party to just go to a party. But Megs decided on the way to the party, fuck this, I'm going to go with my boyfriend. My mom's never going to know because she thinks I'm at the party with Kiely. And told her boyfriend before she came to the party, hey, meet me at the party, and then we'll leave from there. Which is a possibility.
That is a possibility because kids are known to do sneaky stuff like that so mom and dad don't find out.
Did you hear what I just said, Box? I'll go back a little bit in what Ryan said, and I'll say it again.
You just drive really fast? Or?
Hold on.
Bong rips as I could, for 10 minutes that I was there.
I'll say, so this is that Megs girl, or Mags, or whatever we're going to call her, that went to the party and left 10 minutes later.
There, I literally had a group of 5 guys try to come get me to take as many bong rips as I could, forcefully without my boyfriend present.
So as soon as Megs gets there, within 10 minutes, she steps out of the car and everybody's forcing her to take bong rips. No. Your boyfriend got there in 10 minutes? Did you just drive really fast, or did you call him ahead of time and be like, hey, pick me up at this party that I'm not going to stay at. Meet you there. That seems kind of dumb, but...
Okay, so in case you missed what I said, Box, because I think you come back in after I said what I said, what I was saying is maybe this girl, Mags, who came to the party with Kiely, told her mother she was going to come to the party with Kiely, and her mother doesn't like the boyfriend, and said the boyfriend wasn't going to be there. They were going to a party. She's going with Kiely, and on the way to the party, this Mags girl called her boyfriend to meet her at the party, and left the party with her boyfriend. That's why he was so close to getting there at the same time they got there. Because she planned on leaving with the boyfriend, even though the mother thinks she went to the party with Kiely. The bong thing doesn't make no sense. I gotta understand maybe one person coming up to her in 10 minutes, but 5 people, that just doesn't make any sense. Sarah put, yeah, they said it was a girls' party or something, and then met her boyfriend there and leaves from there. I mean, it's possible. I know I lied to my parents a lot at that age. Which, exactly.
We all do.
I did too. And then Box put, the bong rips, I don't know if they tried to force her. They could have been chanting, do it, just like when you're at a party and people chant, chug it, chug it when you're drinking a beer. So
I could understand that, still 5 people.
But if 5 people are chanting that,
yeah,
is what he's saying.
Yeah, but
he
not
said,
the way she said
it. 5 people come up to her, but
yeah.
What he's saying is maybe she misundertook it and thought that it was 5 different
Excuse
people
me.
telling her to do it, but it was only one person, and 4 or 5 other people were saying to do it. Then that makes sense. I get what he's saying.
It could be, but I thought she said 5 people came up to her and
That is
told her to
what-
take hits.
That is what she said, but your mind, like maybe that's how she took it. There's 5 people chanting, and she just took it as 5 people come up and ask her, even though it
Okay.
really wasn't, is what he's saying.
Okay, I got you. I mean, you could go either way.
Yeah.
Either they said, either 5 different people asked her to take a hit, or 5 people came up to her with a bong and wanted her to take a hit.
Yeah, it's
So,
weird.
yeah.
I mean, I guess it could happen. No, but that's one of the things that don't make sense. All this, I got picked up, I rode with this person. It's all a bunch of fuckery. You want to know how I know? Because look who the Megs girl was always with. The Sammy chick now, right? Okay. Well, Megs is telling not her story now. Now she's telling somebody else's story. I wonder whose fucking story she's
A
telling.
lot of older people started showing up that people didn't know. Like a lot of drugs were involved, like drugs that we don't typically have just in parties. And our parties also just aren't normally that big.
How do you know? You was a
What the fuck? Like, that's the Megs girl talking about how big the party was, how many drugs were at the party. How the fuck would she know she was there only 10
left
minutes?
10 minutes. She wouldn't know that.
She wouldn't know shit. She said they tried to force her. I believe they were doing peer pressure and cheering her on to do it. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I can agree with
Yeah.
that because we've all went through peer pressure at one time or another over even dumb, stupid stuff.
Yeah, I can agree with that.
So yeah,
But-
I can kind of go with that too.
Now the Kiely, that just threw me off with the whole Kiely thing right there. When
But
she said
she wouldn't know all them drugs
she
were
wouldn't
there
know
in 10 minutes.
she wouldn't know shit about the party. If I pulled up with my friend, by the time you get out of the car, you've already lost 2 minutes probably. You're getting your phone, you're getting your shit, you're opening door. You've already lost a minute or
Then
two
you're
getting out of the car.
around and
Then
you
you
have
walk-
all these people that
These
trying
5
to
people
get you to hit.
apparently trying to get you to do drugs.
It's going to
So
take 2 or
you-
3
you've
minutes
lost
to tell them no.
2 or 3, 4 minutes there.
Yeah.
And then you walk to your boyfriend's car, which is not right next to you. It's probably a car down or something, or the next car over. So you've already lost all 10 minutes in that little section of time.
So how do you know
How
what
the fuck
party,
do you know what happened at the party?
How do you know about any drugs or anything? You don't.
Exactly, unless what Box says. Her 10 minutes was more like 20 minutes, which is a possibility. Like, she thought it was 10 minutes, but it was actually 20 or 30 minutes. Like, she could have her time down wrong, which is a possibility.
It is.
She thought it was 10 minutes, but it actually ended up being 20 or 30 minutes. But if it's 10 minutes, she didn't.
She couldn't have done
There's no way she
anything.
could have seen anything.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, I can agree with that, Box. She said, I believe her estimate of 10 minutes is off.
I do too.
Yeah, I can agree with
She'd
that.
have to be way off. Because even common folks like us can
But
figure out
this-
it takes a couple of minutes
But
for you
Sarah-
to get whatever out of the car and
Sarah, this girl wasn't messed up, apparently. She had just got to the party.
she was straight.
She didn't have any drugs in her system. People tried to get her to take drugs, and she didn't. So she was not, according to her, which we don't know, but she could have been fucked up before she got to the party. We don't know, but according to her, she had nothing in her system. She hadn't done anything. As soon as she got there, she left with her boyfriend.
Yeah.
So she wouldn't have been messed up,
She states herself she was only there 10 minutes.
which is a possibility that she maybe was there 20 minutes, like Box said. I get that. Yeah, there's a possibility, Sarah, that she did something before she got there, but I don't think so. But it's a possibility.
only there for 10 minutes.
Within the only 10 minutes that I was there.
Here's my question. What in the fuck is up with everybody trying to push this man? So many bad drugs that could kill you possibly? Now let's move on to Sammy. This is where shit just gets like...
Oh man, yeah, they are pushing that, like badly pushing. These teenagers are pushing that.
Drug
There's
shit.
so big drugs here that something bad happened. Like, is it possible? This is just a crazy. This is just a off the top of my head. Did this girl overdose in front of her friends and possibly die in front of her friends? And they all covered it up? Because they were scared
Somebody will crack.
that they were
happened.
scared that
They were going to go
they
down.
were going to go down for her death because they were there.
Accessory. So if that really did happen, there's still accessories.
And Sarah put, when you're messed up, you lose sense of time. Yes,
That's true.
and she put people she did something before she got there, which is a possibility. And then Box put, if you go to a party and talk to a few people and don't feel right, you will leave and not realize you were there 25, 30 minutes. I agree.
Yeah.
She probably is off of her 10 minutes. It's probably like 15 or 20, maybe even 25 minutes.
That's true. I can go. But
OD'd or an accident. And Box put, I still believe the mom knows more than...
But how would you keep that many kids quiet?
Let me finish reading what I'm reading before you jump in on something. He put, I still believe the mom knows more than what she is saying based on her talking in past tense. Okay, now you can say.
How could you keep 300 people quiet about an OD?
Just because there's 300 people there don't mean her and a couple of her friends weren't somewhere where there wasn't a bunch of people.
But it's such a small area.
No, it's not. It's a huge fucking area. And it's pitch fucking dark. There's no lights. Like, this is a big-ass lake. Like, this park is around a big lake. Not everybody was probably in this little fucking area.
Well, I don't understand if which is possible that she OD'd. It's possible.
I'm just throwing that out there as an option.
But I'm just saying, how did nobody know it?
They're covering it up.
Oh, of course they're covering it up. But how are you going to get that many people to cover it up?
Because maybe everybody didn't see it like I just told you. Maybe her and like 3 or 4 people seen it. You can get 3 or 4 people to cover something up. You can't get 300 or 400 people to cover something up. Well, you might be able to get 3 or 4 people that seen it happen to cover it up.
And I understand that, but they would have had to walk in front of other people carrying this girl to put her in her car and leave.
How do you know?
Well, wouldn't they?
They could have brought her through the back, through the woods, and come out on the other side by where her car was.
Gosh.
I mean, you don't know.
No, I don't know, but I'm like...
I'm just saying it's an option that could be what happened. I'm not saying that's what happened. I'm just saying it could be something that happened because Megs and Kiely, or not Kiely, Megs and Sammy keep changing their fucking story all the time.
Right.
That's what I'm saying. Let me read this. Maybe it was a couple of people that wandered off with her somewhere, which is a possibility. Box put the ex-boyfriend was with his dad the whole time for 4 hours. Yes.
Yep.
And then Sarah put, and then something happened, and then they didn't say anything, which is a possibility. And Box put, I believe she did OD or was ODing and helped her walk to her car, and she died. That's a possibility too. So they already had her by her car, the couple of friends, because they were trying to get her over there to have her sit down or something. And then she OD'd in her car, maybe. Which that's definitely a possibility.
But still, where is she? Wouldn't you think they would have found some trace or somebody would have said something by now?
You would think.
Come on, if I knew that my friend...
But not everybody's the same.
I know what you're saying, but if I knew my friend OD'd, I'm straight up telling somebody, I'm sorry, they OD'd.
You're not...
Why isn't somebody saying something?
Because maybe these people aren't you. They don't give a fuck. She OD'd, okay, who cares? Just because you would do it don't mean everybody else would do it.
But even if she did OD, let's say this. Even if she did OD, after she got in the car, what happened to her?
That's the question.
And that makes anybody, even if she did OD, that makes them guilty or an accessory to a crime or something, or getting rid of the evidence. I forget what they call that. But getting rid of the body and everything.
Yeah, but in this case, it's going to be murder because there's no proof that she's OD'd. You fucking got rid of a body. That's attempted murder.
Makes them. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. That makes them accessory.
Like if they would have said something right up front that she OD'd, they probably wouldn't have got in trouble. But if they're hiding it now, that's going to be attempted murder. I'm not saying that's what happened. I'm just saying it's a possibility of what there's.
But that makes, even if it is just such a few friends, it makes them all accessories because they all knew it and they got rid of the body in the car.
Yeah, if that's what happened.
Oh, that would be sad.
I mean, I'm not saying it is what happened. I'm just saying it's a possibility.
That was
Crystal put true to box, and then Sarah put. But then what did they do with the car? The lake. I don't think it. If they did put the car in water, they did not put. If it wasn't her that drove into the lake that they're at, and somebody took her car, they wouldn't have drove the car into that lake. That wouldn't make any sense.
I think
you would take the car to a different lake and drive it into it.
Yes.
It wouldn't be the lake where it happened at.
I think it was drove somewhere else.
Let me catch up real quick.
Hidden or put in a different lake.
Box put they could have dumped her body and then dumped her SUV in a bad neighborhood that is known for car theft, and they left the keys and someone took it and they saw the news and took it a state away to get rid of the SUV. Could, and Sarah put, could be box, which is a possibility also.
They also, this is what I told Danny the other day. I said, somebody could have took her car, took it out in the woods in another state, and set that sucker on fire.
Yeah, but somebody would have reported that by now.
Not if it's way out in the boonies.
There'd be smoke.
Do you know how many times people burn cars?
I got that. You know how many times most of the time they figure out that the car got burnt? Because somebody's seen smoke?
You know how sometimes they don't find something out till 10 years later, or till a farmer walks up on
that's
something
a possibility
and sees
too.
it?
But I don't think the car got burnt. I have more opt to say that the car went into a different lake.
See, and I really don't know, because
Mom thinks that this is my mom's theory, is that she left on her own. And that just, I don't know, it just doesn't make no sense.
A lot of this don't add up. But there's no proof that anything happened either. So you have to go with different scenarios. Yeah, she could have OD'd. Yes, she could have took off by herself.
It wouldn't be, Crystal. I'll tell you why here in a minute.
Somebody could have killed her. Somebody could have abducted her. I mean, there's so many different scenarios, and it's like, in the back of my mind, something's wrong.
Well, we all,
and I know
wrong,
it's wrong.
For sure.
But my heart keeps telling me she took off to start a new life.
Box put, people have spotted the SUV. I believe it will be burnt or will be sunk in a different state. Sarah put chop shops. Crystal put, a burnt car would have been seen from the helicopter or drones. And the reason I say no is these people are searching the area.
Yeah.
So if the car disappeared from that area, they would take it 2-3 miles or a state or 2 or 3 states away.
And then burn it.
It's not going to be within that area.
It's not going to be where
2,
they're
3,
at.
4 miles away or way past that where it would happen. So when the helicopters and drones are going over that area, they'd never see the car because it's not there. It's not in that area. And then
whoever did this, if she is gone,
our picture's horrible.
Whoever did this
There it goes.
knew what the hell they were doing.
And they knew her car.
And they knew... Guys, there's got to be something we're missing because...
Well, there's a lot.
That many people at a party didn't see anything?
Somebody sees something, Mom, they're just not telling it.
Come on.
They're just not saying it. Box put, not always. Long as it's under a lot of trees, you would have to walk up on it.
Yes.
That's a possibility too.
You're absolutely right.
Could be in Mexico. Who really knows?
Do you know how many times that you walk out in the woods and you find a vehicle that's in the middle of BFF?
Yeah, I've found cars
and
in the middle of the woods.
You're like, well, I wonder if this vehicle's here because it didn't run, or I wonder if this vehicle's here because somebody got hurt, or I wonder why this vehicle is here. I mean, you're in the middle of nowhere.
Like
there's no house around, there's no nothing, there's just a vehicle.
There's this place in Rolla. Maybe I'll take you guys up there one day and take you to the spot. But my dad brought me there, and you're walking through the woods, and like we're talking thick woods. So there should be no reason there should be there should be a truck back there. There's no houses anywhere, nothing. And right in the middle of this woods, there's a truck there.
Mm-hmm. And you know what happens in this area all the time?
Yeah.
You be out in the woods, you be where there's nobody, no civilization, no homes, no foundations, no anything. And all of a sudden you walk upon a car or a truck and you're like, where the hell did this come from? What's this doing here? And you'll never know.
I didn't think about that, Box, but Box makes a good point. He put, I don't believe a chop shop, too risky. Newer cars have VINs on all the panels, like on a lot of the parts and everything. Mm-hmm. And tires have like a number on them now.
Yeah, your side doors.
Your doors have a number on them.
Everything has a number.
There's different numbers for each part now. Like parts have a number that tells you what store they're bought at.
Oh, yeah. Everything.
By just the number that's on there.
Even on your tire
I never even thought about that.
Everything has an ID number on it now. Everything. So, I don't know if I would go with a chop shop either.
Okay, Crystal put, is it anywhere near a desert? Things go missing in the desert and never seen again.
Nevada.
I don't think it's anywhere near a desert, though. But people were coming from Nevada to the party, which means Nevada's not that far from this place.
And could they have drove it up to Nevada to the desert area and put it way out in the middle of nowhere? That's
people don't search the desert, usually.
It's possible.
Usually. Sarah put, people burn cars here a lot. Kentucky has a lot of haulers and miles to the next houses. They bring them from West Virginia and Ohio. And then Box put, it's not going to be Mexico either. Too many eyes. It's going to another state. They won't chop it. Okay, exactly. They'll change all the numbers and the VINs and make it a different vehicle. You don't think they'll chop it?
And apply for a lost title.
Yeah, something different. I don't know.
And maybe they have it somewhere where they're giving it a new paint job so somebody else can be driving it. It may have a new paint job by now.
But a new paint job, you can't drive it legally because it still has the VIN number.
Yeah, but what makes you think you're going to pull it over if it's a different color car? You're going to let it go.
But
see what I'm saying?
But it can't have no plates on it now, so it's going to get pulled over. If you change the color, and you can't.
Well, how many people you know will steal plates off of somebody's car or truck and put it on their own?
That's a possibility too, but you can't use the plates that are on it.
I mean, you have to think like these robbers.
We know the plate number because it came out in the thing.
Yeah, but if they stole somebody's and put it on a car and I mean, by now, you all guys know
See,
that it can be a different color by now.
That's the thing I don't understand, Crystal. And so, anyways, from where this park is, the closest camera to this park is like 6 miles. Like, there's no cameras for some reason. All the way out on this main road that comes out of the park, there's no cameras on it for 6 miles. And why didn't it catch the car leaving
or coming?
Or did it and the police department's just not telling anybody because that's evidence that they want to use against the person when they figure out who did it?
But they're saying she was at the party, so somewhere along the line, this camera had to pick her car going up and what time the car left, if it left. It would be on the camera. So, and that's something they haven't.
That's what I
yet.
think too, Box. That it got sunk into a lake, but not that lake. But they won't do that either. It'll be sunk or burnt. But I believe it will be sunk, especially if she was kidnapped. They would OD her and sink it unless it's in a different state. Which is a good possibility.
That's a possibility. Absolutely.
Yeah, I thought that was odd too. So the Sammy girl knew where all the cameras were. And that's just odd. And Fox put, the friends talk about that they know where all the cameras are. That was very odd.
It is odd.
Like, why would you even know that stuff?
And why would these young kids know that stuff?
Like, I couldn't, like, if I drove down my street here, I know there's probably homes down through here that probably have cameras. And I couldn't tell you if they did or not. My house has cameras because I live here, but I couldn't tell you if my neighbor's house has cameras. I don't pay attention to that shit.
Most of us don't pay any attention to it unless you're driving on a highway or in town or whatever, and they have the little cameras that are up on the stoplights and all that in town and stuff. You don't pay any attention to anything, even when you're driving.
You don't really even pay attention to the light. The stoplights have cameras.
That's what I said.
Even they're there.
Even when you're driving and they're obvious and they're there,
you still don't pay attention.
It's not like your eyes are glued to the camera that it's going to see you. I mean, so why would these young kids know exactly where the cameras were and everything else? That's something ain't right. Something ain't right with these kids.
Crystal put exactly, if they knew, they ain't saying everything that they have for evidence. And then Sarah put, what's between the park and the camera and any other roads to turn off on? I thought all parks like that had cameras in the entrance. No. Box put, nobody is talking about the stepdad. Stepdads have killed their wives' kids before, and the wives helped with covering it up.
Look at the Summer Wells case.
Yeah, but that has nothing to do with a stepdad.
No, I thought Summers was not.
Yeah, it's his kid. Go ahead and block that person.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't understand why these kids would be talking about they knew where the cameras were. Okay. Why would they even want that information unless they're guilty of something?
And Box also put, I know people don't want to believe that a mom could harm her own child, but it's happened more than people think. Yeah, it has.
Do you really think that the mom's involved? Or do you think she's covering up for her husband or for somebody at the lodge? Maybe she was having an affair and the daughter caught her. I mean,
Usually-
why would you come to that conclusion?
Usually after I get done with my lives box, I'll go unblock everybody I blocked. So, but during a live, I'm not going to deal with people's stupid shit. So, once
What was that?
this one was a porn bot.
Oh.
So, usually when I'm done with my live, I go and unblock everybody that got blocked. So, but during the live, I'm not going to deal with it.
Right.
I won't unblock the porn bot, but you know what I mean. Like, if anybody got blocked during this live, I'll usually unblock them afterwards.
So let's, are we going to finish listening to him?
We've been trying, but you keep talking and everybody else keeps talking.
I
so.
know.
Are you getting done?
Real weird. Is
Yeah.
this what can you confirm whether or not she was wearing this at the night of the party? Is that what she was wearing?
Yeah, so that top is exactly what I saw her in. If you can see on her left side, on her hip, you can see some skin. She was wearing a black bodysuit. I remember because we went to the bathroom together, peed in the woods together a couple of times, and so that's her shirt right there. The pants were different that she wore to the party. She was wearing green Dickies pants, but that belt.
See, my mom thought that this picture was what she was actually wearing. I told my mom, I was like, no, these pants are not what she was wearing. She changed from these blue pants, which if you guys don't know what I'm talking about, you can go into my community tab, the picture's there. The blue pants that she got seen in the surveillance camera are not the same pants she supposedly was wearing at the party. They were green pants at the party.
Belt is definitely what she's wearing too.
All right, Sammy. Well, there's just one problem I have with that, and it's the information that the cops released last night. You know, you're pretty good at describing, you know, exactly what she was wearing. Even that belt, you know, the same kind of pants, just a different shade, kind of, you know. I know that in the dark. Different shade. It's not that navy blue. It's more like navy green.
Well, just a couple hours ago, the Placer County Sheriff released a new photo showing a sweatshirt Kiely was spotted wearing in a video recorded the night she disappeared.
That's kind of weird. Sammy, you know, that was with her all night since she got there, last person to see her. I don't know how she knows that she's the last person to see her since, you know, she left her at the party. But whatever. Damn. How did Sammy notice?
Oh, that's a good point.
Yeah.
She wasn't the last person to see her if she left her at the party.
Right.
I mean, that is a pretty damn good point. Box put, play my video. It's 30 minutes long because I was rambling and pointing out things, but I like to hear what your mom thinks. Like, I don't know if my mom's going to stay in here for another 30 minutes.
Probably not. I'm cold. But I'll tell you what,
Here's what we'll do.
If you send it to Danny, he
I already
will
got
send
it.
it to me.
I got it, and probably not tomorrow, but let's plan on, what's today? Monday? Wednesday we'll go through your video in a live.
I will check it out and
I'll send it to
see
my mom.
what you have to say.
And then we'll do a live with your video on Wednesday.
And any other information that comes out between now and Wednesday.
Yeah.
But yeah, I had no problem
The thing
looking
is,
at your video.
I'm not trying to be mean towards my mom box, but when she watches a video, like if you're wanting her to pay attention to the woman's eyes and stuff, she has to have the screen up closer to her because like she can't see it.
Right.
So in order for her to understand what you're talking about, she's going to have to watch the video by herself, and then we'll have to watch it live, and then she'll be able to tell you her opinion also, because she has to get it a little closer to her face because her eyes aren't that good. So.
I have cataracts really bad, and I have to put my tablet up here. So
I can play.
But I'll tell you what, when
I can play the original 11-minute video. So hold on.
I dig into stuff because I want answers just like everybody else.
I gotta go to my Facebook, so give me just a second. We'll play the original 11-minute video because he sent me that too. How's it going, Mr. Fusion?
Hello?
And Mr. Fusion. I'm trying to find Give me just a second, guys. I'm gonna play the mother's interview. Oh yeah, you sent me that through Instagram, didn't you? I'm going to Facebook. I don't know what the fuck. I don't know if I have my Instagram logged in, so this might take a minute. You're not trying to beat anybody up today, are you, Mr. Fusion? Oh man, he was fucking... Mr. Fusion's the person that Square said to die and be in a grave.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's pretty
I'm sorry.
fucked up.
Nobody should ever tell anybody that. That's just sad.
How's it going, Hawk? Hawk said hi, Anna.
Hi, how are you, Mr. Hawk? I hope you're having a good day.
Your mom is a good guest. She has some really good points.
Well, thanks. I think you guys do too, and it gives me things to ponder on and think about, and I'm always open to other opinions.
I'm almost there.
I mean, you know.
Should be here. Like, I don't ever use my Instagram on my computer. I always use it on my phone, but I found it.
But you know what, you guys? When we all sit and talk things out and we share things, like I always tell people, one of us could have seen something that nobody else noticed. And when you talk about it and you share, maybe it'll get into the right people's hands and, you know, something will come of it. We never know. And
we got an ad first, so just a second, guys. Here it comes. Alrighty, this should be it.
We have an update tonight to the missing case we brought you here on Prime last night, and it is the continued search intensifying for 16-year-old Kiely Rodni. She disappeared from a campground party in Northern California nearly a week ago. It was last Friday night. We have surveillance photos tonight captured just hours before Kiely was last seen. Right now, investigators pouring through hundreds of tips in the case, along with cell phone video, anything that could help them retrace Kiely's last steps and any conversations she may have had with people at that party. Kiely's mom is going to be joining me live in just a moment, but first I want to turn to correspondent Nancy Liu with the very latest in the search for answers tonight and Kiely. Nancy.
Marnie, the Placer County Sheriff's Office says over 500 tips have come.
All right, here's the mom's interview. I'm just
Welcome
jumping
in
to the
Lindsay
mom.
Rodni Neiman. She is Kiely's mother. Lindsay, thank you so much for giving us some time tonight. I know it's important to keep Kiely's story out there. The more people that see her face, hear about it, can help in the search. How are you doing tonight?
I'm tired, but I'm doing okay. Thanks. How are you?
Well, I'm thinking about you, and I'm thinking about that last text message that you shared with Kiely. Tell me more about what she said.
Well, she just, it was 11:30 at night, and she said that she was going to be planning on leaving about 12:15 and heading home. And I told her to, be careful and wake me up when she got home. And she said, "Okay, Mama, I love you." And that was it.
Do you have any reason to doubt, Lindsay, that Kiely sent that message? Did it sound or seem like a text that she would normally send as you're looking back at things?
It was a text that she could send me over and over again every time. Every time that she was settling on plans and figuring out, what she was doing. She was always checking. She was always letting me know where she was, when she was leaving, where she was going next. And
okay, what?
Teenagers don't do that, you guys. I mean, occasionally, yeah, we all tell mom and dad, because even though I'm older, I didn't tell my parents everything. I'd say, oh, I'm going to the skating rink, and I'd go off somewhere else, and we didn't have phones back then, but we didn't tell the truth either. And I'm sorry, this mom saying that Kiely told her everything, I don't believe it. Because most teenagers don't.
Okay,
They don't tell mom and dad everything.
Roland put, what's up? Hawk put, getting ready for a shower before bed. Trash out first, though. End of the night. See you later, Hawk. And then everybody said hi to Roland. Yeah, I have really enjoyed this live. It's been very interesting. And
Oh, thanks.
Fox put, my end goal is I hope she's safe and has a broken leg after running off the road, but after 7 or 8 days, it can turn deadly. And
Yes.
Roland put, just stop by to say hi to everybody. Danny and Miss Anna, hello.
Hi.
Crystal put, Fox, she is found, prayers she is found alive, but it isn't looking good. Listen to her use of words, has been and love and was. Crystal, yep. I don't understand why she's smiling at that point. Yes, she's smiling in this. She puts an emphasis on the last word, and then Mr. Fusion says, it's going good. Okay, let's back to the interview.
It was her, hey mama, I'm on my way home in a little bit, so I'll see you soon. It wouldn't have been unusual for me to even get another text from her, another half hour, 40 minutes.
Bullshit.
Kids don't do that.
Like, okay, so when I was growing up, we didn't have phones. Like, we didn't have cell phones. So we'd have to call our parents from a touch-tone phone. And I didn't call my mom and dad and tell them where I was going. When I got home, and I took my punishment if it was late.
Yep, and most kids do.
I didn't call them, and I sure as hell didn't call them every 30 minutes to let them know that, 30 minutes now, I'm going to be a little later, so I called you again. Yeah, that just didn't fucking happen.
I mean, some kids could be like that, but for the most part, me being a mother myself, it don't happen.
Yeah, Fusion put, we had beepers, laughing out loud.
Well, Danny had what they call was the first cell phones that came out, and they were like this big, and they were super heavy and thick.
Fucking annoying.
And did he call me and his dad and say, oh, I'm going to be late, or I'm doing this, I'm doing that, every 30 minutes and give me an update? No.
No, I just come home when I came home.
Yeah. Most kids don't. Now, if you want your mom or your dad to think you're doing something that you're supposed to be doing, you might call them a couple of times nowadays because you have the way to do it. Everybody has phones, so you might do it. But to say that her child does this every day of her life and every time she goes out, she'll call me 4 or 5 times a night, no. Sorry.
Okay, Mr. Box put, listen to how she is talking and listen to how she ends up talking by stretching out words so she can think of what to say next. Let's finish listening to it and then I'll catch up with all you guys' comments.
Later, letting me know that she was on her way the last bit to our house.
So that was late Friday night, kind of into the early morning hours of Saturday. At what point did you start to worry, get concerned?
Well, I woke up 8 o'clock on Saturday morning and immediately realized that she had not woken me up. And so, I thought my husband was home. She checked in with him. And so I got up and I looked at the driveway and her car wasn't there. And I looked at her room and she wasn't there. And I reached for my phone and I grabbed, sorry.
That doesn't make any sense what she just said. She looked in the driveway, seen the car wasn't there. Then she went and checked in the room and seen she wasn't there. Wouldn't you do it the other way around?
When you look in your daughter's room first, I would. I always looked in my kid's room first, and then I'd look outside to see if your car was there.
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense.
It sounds kind of backwards, because I would look to see if my child was in their bed.
I got my phone and I looked for her location that she always shared with me in the last update it had was from the party site about midnight. And so at that point, I reached out to her dear friend to see if she was there. And once we found out that she wasn't there, terrible.
And then that panic as a parent sets in. Police, Lindsay, not ruling out the possibility that Kiely may have been abducted, even trafficked. How much are investigators sharing with you about the tips coming in and where they're at in the search?
The law enforcement, all of the teams who have been working together with us to find her have been, they've been working, day and night. I see them and so tired.
So, you guys can't see it because you're just listening to it, but there's a picture of the sweater that she supposedly had, but now there's another sweater that she supposedly was wearing. So, yeah, these stories are not making sense.
They have been so transparent with us. They've been so open to keeping the communication between them and the investigation and the family just so open. Unfortunately, just none of the tips yet have led to anything definitive that's helping us.
What else stands out?
She is, and she is like he said, she'll drag a word out so she can have a few seconds to think of what she's going to say next.
Yeah, and that
Up to you, Lindsay, about that night as you talked to her friends about the conversations that they were having, what was going on at the party. Any of those clues rising to the surface, your mother's instinct, like honing in on something particular?
Sorry, guys. Just a second. I will read your comments in just a second, guys. We're going to finish this real quick.
I am letting the police and the team.
I am letting the police. That she's thinking about what she's going to say next.
Talk to one another. I am not a trained investigator. I am not someone who has any experience with finding missing children. It's not my position to talk to any of these people and try to figure.
What?
That's your child.
That's your fucking kid, bitch. What the fuck?
It's not your place. Well, whose is it?
All to everyone who I trust and I know has the capability and the determination to do so.
Well, it is clear from the video that we've seen of the dozens and dozens of volunteers out there, your family and all of those involved. There's a lot of love for Kiely tonight and the efforts to bring her home safely. I was looking at that video of her playing some music. Tell us about your daughter, a little bit personally about her. What makes her so special?
Everything makes her special. I'm going to try to get through this.
She's trying to force cries.
She's such a dynamic human. She has been so musical. She loves playing music. She started playing at a very young age. The first time she got her first violin and started playing, and she loves science. She loves baking. She loves dancing. As you can see in the photo you're sharing right now, she's so dynamic, and in that dynamic personality that she has, she has been able to make true connections with practically everybody she meets, but she has a common interest with them. And so there just doesn't seem to be anybody ever who I come across who has met her who doesn't just love her. And oh God, I mean, she was so smart. She's so funny. And
She was so smart.
She's great with little kids. She's like this magnet for toddlers. They come and they run, and she gets down on their level. And there's just, I could go on and on and on about everything that's wonderful about my son.
An amazing person, embracing life. What would you want to say to Kiely tonight?
Tonight, I will tell Kiely that I love her so much. So many people love her. And we're all looking and we're trying so hard. And I'm so sorry we haven't found you yet, but we're not giving up and just hang in there, sweetie. We'll find you soon for you all.
And
that's like the exact same thing Sam said, or Sammy said, which her mother just said was the exact same words Sammy said in her interview.
Lindsay, a message to anybody who was at the party Friday night who is afraid to come forward and share anything they know, anything that they saw, for fear of getting in trouble for what they were doing that night.
Oh, nobody cares about what you were doing. Nobody cares, I promise. So all that we care about is bringing Kiely back. All that we care about is bringing any kind of little bit of information that can help us move forward in our search to find her. And we promise you that you won't get it. And I promise you, there's anonymous tip lines. Even there's other peers that you could reach out to if you're nervous. It's a hard thing to be courageous, and it's okay to be scared, and it's also okay and important to act on that courage and to come forward with knowing.
Lindsay, sending you a lot of love tonight. We're thinking about you, and we'll continue to follow the search for your daughter, and we'll keep tabs, anything that we can do to help and make sure that this case stays in the public eye until your daughter comes home safely to you. All of our best and love.
Okay, tell her what you want, because we got like a shit ton of comments to go through.
I don't even know what to think of that interview, because she talked like her daughter was alive, then she talked like she was dead. So, I mean, certain words, and if you listen to judges and people like that, because I listen to judges all the time, I mean, I like learning things. Sometimes what people say gives clues, but I don't know if she was saying her daughter was dead.
She kind of in a way did, yeah. That's what past tense means. Means you don't think she's alive anymore. Okay, we got a shit ton to go through. So, how did she go to sleep not knowing her daughter was safe? That's a damn good question. If your daughter said you're going to be there, your daughter called, that's what she said, and she was going to be home in 13 minutes. You probably didn't go to sleep that 30 minutes, within 30 minutes. So you should have already been worried that something happened to your daughter if she wasn't home in 30 minutes.
But she said her daughter told her
she'd be home in 30 minutes.
that she was leaving at 12:15 and she'd be home by 12:30.
Yeah, so I'm giving 30 minutes because any traffic, fucking anything. After 30 minutes, you should have been worried already. 30 minutes.
She said she told her daughter, when you come in, just wake me up.
I wouldn't have went to sleep. But anyways, that's just me. But I get it. Sarah put, I mean, me and my best friend snuck out several times to meet boys in the middle of the night. And then he put, daughters are different though. And Mr. Fusion, yep, we had one of those. Oh, he's talking about the beepers. Crystal put, even my adult kids, laughing out loud, she would look for her adult kids the same way. Sarah put pagers and brick phones and didn't forget the good old bag phones. Box put, hear that laugh and smile again? Yeah, she was laughing and smiling in that whole fucking interview. She's hiding something is what Donna said. And then Box put, she didn't say if she asked her husband if Kiely talked to him. And then I couldn't sleep without them being home, so I don't see how she slept through it. And that's what Sarah said. Box put, she said the family, she is the family. And then he put, why would she say they keep communication open with the family? Crystal wrote, yes.
That's a good question.
Yes, Box, yes. Box put, I'm taking heat for breaking down this interview of the mom. No, you shouldn't. Like, this interview needed to be broke down. Like, there's
absolutely
a lot of questions in this interview after I watch it. Danny, ask your mom what she is thinking now. We'll get to that in a second. I become an investigator if my kids ever go missing. Yes, me too. That's what Donna said. I become an investigator if my kids go missing. Exactly. My kids go missing, I'm the number one investigator, not the cop. I am. You come to me with the fucking information because I want to know where the fuck my kid is. Crystal put, bullshit, I would have to be dragged away from searching. And Box put, let your mom explain and back it up. Has been loved and loves. That's what she said in there. Has been loved and loves.
Exactly.
Crystal
She did
put,
say that.
not one rock or leaf would be left unturned. Box put, she's overcompensating with the loves, if you notice. And
But you know,
let me finish. There's a lot, and then you can give all your opinions when I'm done. Danny, you gotta back it up and play it again. I will tell Kiely I love her. I will tell Kiely I love her, but you don't know where she is. How can you tell her? Danny, you gonna play the whole interview again, but let your mom speak her mind. Misspoken words. She is nervous and being interviewed. It happens. Fusion. She's talked in past tense. She said love, then said loves, then says loves.
And then
this
says
loves
what?
That overcompensating because she realized she said loved. Fusion put possibly, or she just misspoke on accident and knows she misspoke. I don't feel intention. I don't feel attention. Hawk put right, Fusion. And then Box put, people talking in past tense when they know their loved ones is dead. It's not natural to talk about a loved one in the past tense like that. Fusion.
But can you say for a fact that you know she's dead? No.
But she's talking like she is what he's saying.
But maybe that's how she feels, you guys.
Maybe she feels she's dead, but you still wouldn't talk like that because you don't know.
But you don't know
Only
because
a person,
you're not in her shoes.
Okay, if you're dead, or I thought you were dead, I still wouldn't talk like you were dead because I don't know you're dead. But if I'm already talking like you're dead, means I probably know you're dead already.
Not necessarily.
I agree with Box on this one, and for sure. But everybody's got their own opinions. I mean,
now I think the mom may know something she's not saying, but do I think the mom knows she's dead? No, I don't. I just
Crystal puts so well. Now I suspect everyone. That's what she put.
All right, Danny, are you guilty of this?
Damn it! I'm sorry, guys, but no.
But I just, my own true feelings are, I don't know how I would react giving all these interviews that the mom has gave. I'm sure I would mess up. My number one priority would be my kids, or if it was my grandchildren.
The only part that really pissed me off about the whole thing.
You know, so I don't know if I would mess up talking in an interview or not either. I mean, I don't think the mom knows anything. I just don't. I've watched quite a few of her interviews, and I don't know. I just don't think she
might not
does.
know anything, but she's not a good mom.
I'm not saying she's a good mom. I'm just saying
No,
I don't think
won't.
she knows anything about it, you guys.
If you won't go search for your kids, you're not a good mom. I don't care who you are.
And I can understand you saying that. But they run a business, too.
It's not that hard to shut down your business to go look for your kids. No excuses. And you have workers. You don't have to be there if your workers are there.
Well, yeah. But, I mean, I'm just saying, I don't know what I would say. I would want to find my kids, or if it was my grandkids, I would want to find them. But I don't know what I would say in an interview, and I'm sure I'd mess up. I'm sure I would.
You might slip up a word or two, but she slipped up like 6 or 10 in that interview.
But does that make her guilty of something?
Nobody's saying it makes her guilty. It just doesn't make no sense.
It doesn't make sense, but it doesn't mean
it also
that
makes
she's
you
guilty.
think. It also makes you think she knows more than she's telling.
But maybe she does too, you guys. Maybe the cops have gave her some information and she's not allowed to say it. So maybe this is going through her head what she shouldn't say, that the cops told her don't speak about this.
The cops wouldn't do that. The cops are going to keep information from even the mother because they don't know who did it. So they're not going to give the mother information because the mother could be involved.
And I understand what
so
you're
what
saying.
You're saying doesn't make any sense. Like the cops aren't going to give her information that they haven't gave everybody else. They wouldn't do that because they don't even know who did it. So the mother and the people.
But nobody can say that anybody did anything.
I got that, but you just said they gave the mother information, and
maybe she does have some information, and they told her not to put it out there.
That doesn't make any sense.
I'm not saying they gave her information on her daughter. I'm saying maybe they told her something, and she has to keep stopping herself because they told her not to say anything.
I agree to disagree.
Okay.
There we go.
Okay.
Box put, why not search or at least talk to the friends to try to understand what's happening that night as a mother? She should.
See, I would want to do that. I would want to talk to every one of my kids' friends, whoever they were with. I'd want to talk to all of them to see how they reacted to me and if they could look me in the eye or not. Because I'm one of them people, if you can't look me in the eye and be honest, you're probably lying.
Okay, and the box put, the mom was talking as if she was a spokesperson for the family. And then Mr. Fusion...
Maybe she is the spokesperson.
I don't know. Mr. Fusion put, like we see, only 5% of what's going on. Nobody knows what is going on behind the scenes and what the mother is really doing. You only see what the news chooses to show you. And that's true.
That's true, too. Now, let me also tell you this. I seen the dad's interview. I don't know if any of you guys have seen the real...
stepdad.
I think it's the real dad.
The guy that lives in her house is her stepdad.
No, the real skinny one.
I don't know.
Black hair. Anyways, I seen the father's interview.
Well, let's not get into that yet because we're still talking about this. So.
But I'm just saying.
You're going to start something else, and then we're going to be real far behind.
The way he reacted is he was saying, "I need you to find my daughter," and blah 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 blah, and he goes on and on for like 3 minutes, only 3 minutes. In front of the camera, and then walks off. Okay. Now that looks suspicious.
Okay, let me finish. We're on the mother, and you're switching to a whole nother subject.
Yeah, but that looked really suspicious.
Box put, the cops wouldn't tell her anything like that, and I agree, they wouldn't. Fusion put, yes, the cops 100% tell people that they shouldn't release certain facts because it might hurt the evidence. Now,
absolutely.
Now, if the mother come up with the evidence, she might have evidence that the cops don't have, and the cops told her to keep that evidence. But the way you explained it is the cops gave her evidence, and she's keeping the evidence. That doesn't.
No, I
the cop would never give somebody evidence.
I told you, the cops probably told her something, and told her not to repeat it.
And I don't think that happened. I don't think a cop would tell you something and tell you not to repeat it.
I do.
I know. Because
I do because you're a parent and you want to know what happened to your child and you want to know what's going on and you want every piece of information that you can get.
As a cop, you're being a cop now. Everybody's guilty because you don't know who did it. So you're going to give some information to the family that might have something to do with it? That doesn't make any sense. But
the cops could have told her something.
I more
didn't say they did. I said they could have told her
I'm
something.
more up to say the mother figured something.
And then told her not to repeat it.
I'm more up with the mother figured something out that the cops didn't know about, and the mother told the cops, and the cops said, keep that information to yourself. I don't think the cops would give her information.
See, I don't know.
That just doesn't make any sense.
I don't know. Being that's her mother.
But the mother could be involved. The cops don't know who did it.
Look at Brian and Gabby.
But the thing is,
Brian's parents knew everything, and Gabby's parents knew shit. Now, where do you think the information?
Well, does it have anything to do with this case?
I'm just saying. Where do you think the information came from that they got on Brian all the time? The cops?
No, from the internet. We fucking dug into that more than them fucking cops. Them cops were fucking worthless in that.
But they still gave Brian's parents the information.
How do you know? Brian's parents never come out and said anything about information.
Oh, come on. If you really paid attention to that case, them cops were stupid. But
you're on a totally different case in a totally different situation.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying. They could have told the mother something.
I'm going to jump to the end
and told her not to repeat it.
Anyways, we're going to run through this real quick. We can talk when we're done, when I run through it all. Hey, Danny, go ahead, read what Ryan put on his community post. And then Mr. Fusion put, Box, it could be that the cops are telling her not to. Mr. Fusion put, it's all speculation. Yeah. Box put, Fusion, no one is saying anything. It's fact. His interview is weird, and that's to the dad, I guess. The mom and the dad both have the same talking points. Hawk put, is this ongoing currently like the new Gabby? Yes, kind of, Hawk.
Yes, it is.
It just happened like 8 or 9 days ago. The sweeper was one of these things. They allowed the black sweeper to be ran to see if someone knew it was real. A white sweater. I don't know what that is, but anyways. This is all started last week. Hawk put, I'll wait till someone is found to look into it. After GP, it gets too much. And calm down, kids. Laughing out loud is what Box said. See, but when me and my mom argue, it makes it more entertaining for you guys. See?
Well, no, and then we do agree to disagree.
Not sweeper, sweater. Sorry. That was sweater.
Now, see, I didn't know anything about a sweater,
let me read it one more time, just because I read it wrong. The sweater was one of these things. They allowed the black sweater to be ran to see if someone knew it was really a white sweater. Okay, there you go.
Okay. Now, I did know that she was wearing the bodysuit with the little spaghetti straps. And then also, somebody had said that she had a sweatshirt. And I can't remember exactly what was written on that sweatshirt. It was very odd.
But
it struck me really funny.
Well, there's supposedly a picture now. And
there is a picture of the sweatshirt.
There's a picture of her wearing a white sweatshirt at the party. Yeah, this just came out.
Where did she get that?
It just come out. I think that just came out today.
See, I didn't know about a white one.
And what Box just said, which makes a lot of sense, maybe the cops put it out as a black sweater to throw people off, to figure out what color the real sweater was, and now they're saying it's white.
No, it wasn't a black sweater.
Yes, it was.
It was
a black sweater with writing on it.
It was a black sweatshirt.
Well, it's still a sweater.
Not a sweater.
If you put it on as long sleeves, it's a sweater.
No.
Yeah.
No.
If I'm sweating in it, it's a sweater. But either way, that's here or there. Who cares? But he's saying that maybe the cops put it out as a black one, but it actually ended up being a white one.
That's possible. That's possible, but there was pictures of it. I seen pictures of it.
they showed pictures of what it should look like. They didn't show the actual one. How could they show the actual one if it's in the van with her?
Well, I don't know, but I'm saying I seen pictures of
I get it. They showed one that it would look like. They didn't actually show you the actual one because it was in the vehicle with her.
Maybe if she was wearing a supposedly white one now.
Yeah.
Who's to say that this didn't get thrown off the side of the road like the black one?
I have no idea. Carrie put, you guys arguing is one of the cutest things I've ever seen. Box put, the news ran the story that it was a black sweater, but it really was a white sweater.
Why does the news do that?
Let me run through this real quick.
That's so wrong.
Carrie put, I love this. I love your mom, Danny. Laughing out loud. But she had a white sweatshirt. It wasn't black. And not a picture of her in the sweatshirt. I think there is a picture of her in the white one.
I think the cops said that they
Because
have a
it come out
picture
today.
of her.
I don't know if they showed the picture, but I'm pretty sure that it come out that the cops have a picture of her in a white sweater today.
And wouldn't it be crappy, you guys, if they think they have a picture of her and it's somebody else? Anybody ever think of that?
Crystal put, Ryan Upchurch is offering his Hellcat to the person that leads them to her. Who wants me to go with me to California to search? Laughing out loud. And then Box put, I believe they put out the black sweatshirt to see who would correct it and say it was white. Which makes sense. Like they put it out as a black one, knowing it was supposed to be a white one, to see if anybody would say, hey, that's not the color it was this color.
That's possible.
And Donna said for Crystal to pick her up.
Oh, okay.
Swing by here and get me too, because I want to go to California. Especially if Crystal's paying.
Woohoo, Crystal. Lucky you, lucky you. But, I guess the more I think about this, I don't know what to think. I want to believe in my own heart that this young girl took off in her car and went to start a new life. I want to think that, and from the bottom of my heart, I hope that's true.
That's not what happened.
I really hope nothing happened to this young girl.
In
I don't want anything to happen to anybody.
In 9 days, I think it's 8 or 9 days now, somebody would have seen something if that's what happened. Because everybody's talking about this. This story's kind of blew up like Gabby's story did.
Yes.
Where everybody's talking about it.
Yes.
So if she was to have took off to go live somewhere else because she wanted to start a new life, somebody would say something already.
See, I don't know because
the whole world's talking about it.
I totally understand that, but a lot of people have done it. You guys, they have went to other states and everything else.
It happens.
I'm not saying states over.
I'm not saying it doesn't happen, but those cases aren't so popular. Like this case is getting major coverage.
And I understand that it is, but it's still possible that she got in her car and drove away. I mean, I want to hope that's what happened. I don't want her to be hurt.
Box put, this whole case is odd. The mom speaks in past tense. The Ronnie guy putting himself into the story. The
Rodni, yes.
Well, he put Ronnie.
Oh, Rodni.
Ronnie. I guess his name Ronny, Ronnie.
But his name is Rodni.
Yeah, and Sam's name is Samantha, but we're calling her Sam.
Okay.
But wait, let me read again. Put himself into the story, and the Sam girl is loving the spotlight and attention. Like the whole story is weird. Like one of those, either the mother, Sam, or Max knows something they're not telling us. And
wouldn't you think? Come on, guys. Now correct me if I'm wrong. But wouldn't you think they would have found a trace of something after 9 days?
Well, there's a lot of. There was a thing that was said.
Now I do know they said that the spaghetti strap shirt, they thought they had found it up the road.
Yeah, I was getting ready to say that.
From the campground.
Now, a lot of people are saying that wasn't her shirt, but who's to say? Hear me out. Like I'm not. This is just a theory. Who's to say the cops don't want you to think it's hers, even though it was? Like the cops are saying it's not hers because it's a piece of evidence that they're saving for whoever actually did this. And they really did find her black biscotti, whatever you want to call it, whatever the girls call it.
Strap or
they really did find it, but the cops are saying they didn't find it.
Right. Now, see, I heard they did find it.
There was
because
talks,
I told Danny
but they're not
about
saying it. They're saying that wasn't hers though. They did find a black. They are saying they found a black, like hers,
strap,
like hers, but they're saying it's not hers. That has come out that did get found. It really did get found, but they're just saying it's not hers.
But how do they know that? They haven't done DNA or anything else to see if it is hers, to see if there's skin cells.
They got a picture of her wearing it. If it looks different, they'd know.
Maybe.
But if, let's say it's got a white stripe on it. Well, the one she was wearing didn't have a white stripe on it. Like, it could be a totally different one.
Well, true, but they said it was completely black.
Exactly, but that don't mean...
And they found it on the road.
I got that, but if it looks totally different than the picture...
Well, how would you...
What if it's an 800-pound woman that was wearing it? Hers would be totally different than a freaking 90-pound girl.
Well, true, but... True.
I'm just saying, I'm not saying that has anything to do with anything, but it could.
See, but like I told you when we talked about this the other day, you said, well, Mom, what would her shirt be doing outside on the road? And I said, well, if she was as drunk or as everybody said she was, maybe she puked on it, took it off, threw it out the window, and put on the sweatshirt.
Which is a possibility, but they're saying it's not hers. Which I'm saying it could still be hers. Just the cops don't want you to know that yet.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. That could be. Could very well be.
Box put Kiely Rodni was at the party, so that did change my thoughts a little. The guy's name is Ronnie. Ronnie Kylie's last name is Rodni.
Yes. Rodney, and the guy that called in was Rodney.
But he's saying his name was Ronnie, so that you're wrong, that his name was Ronnie.
No, it was Rodney.
Oh, it's not. His real name's probably Rodney, and he probably goes by Rodney. I don't care.
Now, he could have used Rodney because I heard the interview. He calls the guy.
He's done like 5 interviews now, so maybe your interview, he said his name was Rodney.
Yeah.
And maybe the one that Box watched, he said his name was Ronnie.
Well, I don't know, but the couple that I watched said Rodney. Rodney.
Either way, that's not really nothing to argue about.
But
he was at the party.
He was at the party himself.
And Crystal put the necklace they brought up is weird too. Why did they bring that up?
Because they told people they brought her jewelry.
I don't know anything about the necklace.
She wears.
I know she wears a white. In the picture, she's wearing a white necklace that like hangs down on her shirt.
Now she wears 3 necklaces all the time, and she's been known to wear them all the time. And they show a picture of it. Now the reason why the jewelry is so important, and most people don't understand
that makes sense.
But it's in case it shows up in pawn
That's
shops
what Box just put.
Or anywhere. Maybe one friend gives it to another friend, and then that friend pawns it. It's just trace evidence for them if they can find the jewelry.
That's what Box just put, because Crystal asked that, and Box put, I saw that too. Maybe it's real. Someone would pawn it.
It is real.
Yeah. So.
Yes, and she wore 3. But you can tell by looking at the one chain that she has around her neck, it's worth some money. So, and then she has like 2 dainty necklaces on, but the one is a pretty heavy looking chain, and she wore them all the time. She was known to wear them all the time. So it has to do with if they end up in a pawn shop or anything, then the cops will go there and investigate who brought them in and sold them and all that kind of stuff and find out. Because in California, I don't know about anywhere else, but they did say this. Pawn shops in California have to turn in everything they do to the police station so the police can make sure it's not stolen.
That's in every pawn shop in every state.
Well, I don't know how it works, and I don't know if it works.
Jewelry, guns, and I think money, like coins, like tokens, coins, any type of coins, like jewelry, coins, and guns all have to be turned into the police department.
Every single day.
Yeah.
Everything that a pawn shop takes in that's like Danny just said, guns, jewelry, stuff like that, coins, money, things they take in like that have to be turned in every single day. They have to
if they do that or
something to the police station.
Like if they do that or not is another thing. Like I'm sure there's pawn shops that don't turn that shit in.
And I'm sure there is too, but they're supposed to. So that's why the jewelry's so important in case it does show up in a pawn shop or it shows up around somebody's neck or, you know, somebody recognizes it on somebody else because maybe it's a special piece of jewelry that nobody else would have. So you never know because people get jewelry that's special made just for one human being and nobody else has it. So.
Yep. Well, I'm not trying to be rude, guys, but I need to use the bathroom, and it's going to take a minute. But,
and I need fresh coffee.
So we're going to go ahead and end the live here, guys. I will probably go live.
I really enjoyed talking to you guys tonight. Oh, my goodness, you're so interesting. I love you all.
I'll probably go live again after this because I want to talk about some other stuff. Like Square and all the other stupid shit. So I'll probably go live again here in about 30 minutes, but just letting you guys know and we might even talk about this case some more, I don't know, but it will just be me.
Now here's my philosophy, guys. This is something I preach. Please treat others the way that you would like to be treated. And it's okay to get mad and upset and angry and spout off and stuff, but still try to remember to treat people the way you'd like to be treated, because if you don't, it can come back to you 100-fold, and I don't want to see anybody unhappy. So, and none of us are perfect, and you know what, guys?
I don't know, I'm pretty damn close.
We may have talked about something tonight that might be interesting to somebody else, you know, so we might have picked out something somewhere along the line, and somebody will come along and say, oh, this person had an idea, you know. You never know, so always try to speak up.
Donna said, good night, Anna.
Good night.
Crystal said, okay, bye, everyone, have fun. And then she said, bye, Mama.
Oh, thank you. You guys all have a blessed evening. Hopefully you'll have a great week, and I guess I'll be back Wednesday because Danny said we'll do an update Wednesday.
And Box said it was fun.
And I will go over your, what is it?
She's going to be back on with us on Wednesday, Box. We're going to talk about it again on Wednesday.
I will go over the things that you sent Danny.
I'll send him, my mom, your point of view on the interview that we just listened to. And then we'll talk about that also on Wednesday.
Absolutely, I'll go over it. If anybody else has anything they want me to go over, leave it in the comments, and Danny will share it with me, and I'll go over it.
I will do that, Box.
So,
all right, guys, we're gonna go because I'm gonna be going to the bathroom, and not that you guys want to know that, but we're gonna end the live for that reason. So, bye, guys.
Good night, guys. Be blessed.
I'll probably be back in about 30 minutes to talk about other stuff.
Oh my goodness, I'm old.